Erendor is on the brink of upheaval. For centuries, the clan struggled against giants until 400 years ago, new dragons crossed the Great Sea, forcing them to unite and build the 10 Bastions. As the threat faded, the clans fractured into the 10 Kingdoms, and all but the last Bastion were abandoned. As ancient calamities stir and darkness rises in the east, my 4 champions must rise up to unite the kingdoms, restore the Bastions, uncover their secrets, and stand against this darkness as a declaration of war.
Calagon Dör. I will discover the secrets of my lineage and cement my legacy as one of the greatest adventurers of all time.
Cleave still in here. The migration of the dragons forced the migration of peoples and beasts, which brings death. We're all invasive species now. I won't let us become extinct ones.
The name's Rodrick Elwood, the voice of this generation, and the greatest performer in the world. Oh, and you should see me with a bow.
And I, Arlyn Dursalai, searching for my father's sword trident, to bring justice to these lands. Together, we are the 4 Horsemen.
And this is Divine Inspiration.
Hello and welcome back to... Welcome!
I actually forgot
get there
to
one
do
day.
it though at first.
Welcome back, you wonderful, beautiful people, to another enjoyable, exciting, legendary tale of the 4 Horsemen.
Yes.
So gather around, get cozy, and enjoy as we get to tell it by Divine Inspiration.
Or else.
So, last time... Wow, before the threats...
Just trying something new this week. We'll see.
He's trying the Rodrick approach.
It's the aboleth. It's starting to get to everybody. You guys will learn about that in a moment. Where last week, Cleave decided that spinning his web and lowering all the way down into the center of the earth, into this open, watery cavern, that he would make an arrangement, a deal, with what he later found out to be an aboleth that he had named New Jeff Sr. He agreed with this aboleth to take his child, New Jeff Jr., to the ocean, or to any major body of water, really. And so, as he went and touched New Jeff Sr., he locked him in a permanent state of this giant spider transformation until he is to do good on his contract and successfully get his child to the water as agreed upon. And so, going back and retrieving their direwolf companion, who they also then named Kurt, they were able to start heading off toward the waters, heading toward the ocean, and hearing some interesting things along the way. And so, amongst the questioning, you guys got to hear that the aboleths were imprisoned below the desert by someone named the Ancient One, at least according to what they refer to him as, and that he served a dragon who the aboleth himself referred to as the Manipulator, who even used the Ancient One. You guys heard that there were other creatures like this aboleth, these primordial beings, these ancient dreadnoughts, if you will, that were all captured and imprisoned in times past in different places, and having listed off the fact that there were 10 others, you guys came to your own conclusions as to the fact that they very well may be imprisoned each beneath these bastions. And so, questioning him further, you were able to find out that the ink that Rodrick had recently used was actually that of the Kraken, one of these elder beings, one of these dreadnoughts. And so, as they continue questioning, they hear new and interesting things, each person coming to with their own curiosities. And yet, this aboleth, New Jeff Jr., as it's now rolled in sand and held on the back of Cleave's giant spider form, seems to have some curiosities of his own, questioning both Calagon and then Cleave as to why they were the way that they were, being that they were from creatures that were once considered great. He noted specifically that he spoke in the ways that Calagon should be, and that Cleave had been repressing his monstrous side in favor of animals. And so, as you guys continue on throughout these sands, throughout the desert, I would like you all to make a group survival check for me.
All right, guys. Let's go, David.
Group survival.
Carry us through the desert, David.
All right.
Unreal.
Oh, no.
8 over here.
13.
8.
15.
No, always the highest.
Always the highest, yeah, no matter what. Go.
8.
8?
Yeah.
8 here too.
Okay.
Survival's like my highest bonus too.
Really?
Oh,
What's your
no.
survival
It's
bonus?
just like plus 4. But
Ooh,
That's a lot.
that's really good.
Plus 2.
Nick, where is Barry at currently?
Barry currently. Was he out at the... Oh, so he was out this whole time while all this stuff has been going on.
Right.
Since we're walking, I would have assumed he would have went back into his little pocket during travel. We didn't talk about finding water yet, did we?
So,
Finding what?
the
Water.
aboleth,
Water?
along with what you guys had discussed, had kind of followed suit in assuming that the waters were exactly where you thought, somewhere off just past that goblin encampment where you guys had previously been.
Okay.
And so you guys had previously taken off in that general direction, albeit a bit northward from where that would have been.
Okay. But yeah,
So-
Barry's just with me.
Okay. Easy enough.
Yep.
Then as you travel, and the aboleth starts to tell you that it is his intention, or its intention, to do good on what its parent had said to you. And it said that it was going to make itself useful, telling you that it was entirely open to answering whatever questions that you might have. So, being that a few of you guys sent in some questions, whichever ones you would like to ask, by all means, feel free to do so.
You want to start, Manny, since you were the first one?
I'm gonna have to pull up my list again. Arlyn is a very curious person, it seems. With Gene Canito asking all these questions. He wants the information. So, he will start with... So what exactly are you? Yes, we were very clear on that, but what is an aboleth?
What is a man? I am what you see.
Okay, well then let's get a little bit more specific. You said the Bastion was in capturing your kind to power it, correct?
This seems right.
Well, why? You must be a very powerful being, especially if your father, if I may say, transformed Cleave into a spider permanently. Who has that kind of power?
We are telepaths, and we can mutate and dominate creatures. I simply combined both and allowed him, or rather commanded his form, to stay as it was.
You see, that's terrifying. Now, what exactly of your power was being used to man this bastion, to power this bastion?
The bastions are young. We are not.
Well, clearly.
We were used during the wars. The wars of dragon and man.
Used how?
As weapons. As fuel.
Okay.
So,
You're still not necessarily telling me what power they were drawing from you.
Each of us is unique. Each is enough to destroy armies of your kind.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that.
You see, that sounds terrifying enough to leave you right here. I'm sorry. But,
So we're dragging
but
that which can destroy armies, and there's only 4 of us. And we're just dragging him through the desert.
oh, I thought you were saying dragons can destroy armies. Well, they can.
No.
I would think that's why, right? That's how the bastions worked. Our armies couldn't fight the dragons.
Yes, but one dragon cannot possibly destroy entire armies, like he's claiming, it's claiming.
I don't know.
Perhaps in times past then, yours must be weak.
Well, I don't.
Our dragons?
I know. You're talking about our armies.
Dragons.
Oh, the dragons. Okay, well, there's not that many these days, not like there used to be. But the ones that I've seen, they're strong. Large and strong and purple.
Do not be deceived. Even then they were hidden.
really.
They are crafty.
I did see one. Did I tell you guys?
No.
Did he tell us?
On my
Jesus.
way to you guys when you were in Grokt, I hid under the sand. A dragon crossed from over the top,
The dragon?
large
do you know
enough
it was-
to cover what an entire city with its shadow.
Was it flying or walking?
It was flying.
What color was it?
I don't remember. My
he just
face was
said
full
he-
of sand.
He just said he dug himself up in the sand.
Well, he said he saw it. I don't
Well,
know.
we can learn a couple things from this. His plan worked. That's one. Digging up a hole and putting yourself in it.
It's true.
It saved me from a dragon.
It's mind-blowing to me, to be honest. But
I did it
Another
too.
thing
I did
is-
it in the desert. It worked.
that's
Yeah.
Thank you.
After
don't
why
you guys
know why.
haven't
left.
you been doing
I
this
don't
this
know
entire
why.
time?
You ever doubted?
I've been pitching this since the first day I met you guys.
Well, but the other thing is, they're getting closer.
Yeah.
Closer.
If they're already crossing into our lands,
I
there must not be a lot of time.
I've been surprised to see how many peoples even live on this side of the mountains. When I was growing up, we always thought that everybody left was on on the west side of the mountains, away from the dragons.
Hey, Mr. Aboleth, do these dragons have any weaknesses? Or did they?
They are terrifying.
Or they're terrifying to you as well.
They are without weakness. Beings of pure strength. They overcome even the strengths of others.
And you think I'm from one of those?
It is said that a dragon's flame could absorb even that of an elemental. You are nothing like them, but your blood does not lie.
What was your relationship to the dragons? Did you, as you say, they were terrifying? Did your people have to live in fear from them as well?
My kind, the others like me. they would consume all. Every man, beast, and dragon.
Oh.
Except for their king.
What, you have a king? Or the dragons have a king?
The dragon.
And what's
his name?
his name? Oh, her name. It's
King?
King her?
What's his name?
King her.
I am not familiar with their line of nobility.
I see.
What color?
I do not know.
What?
Only that they bear a natural mark.
I'm a little bit
natural
surprised
mark.
that he doesn't know the one thing he was unable to eat, or your kind is unable to eat.
Well, he's a
Everything
baby.
I can't eat, I keep it really dear in my head so I don't run into a couple situations. So you'd think you'd know what you were allergic to.
What natural mark are you talking about?
Those of his lineage. They were granted a crown.
Crown.
A
A
crown
dragon
of
with a crown on it?
A
Is it a-
dragon with
Is it
a
a crown of horns?
That would be amazing. Right, like a natural crown, yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, that'd be so
Well, that'd be
crazy to
crazy
see.
So you're
to
saying-
run into one of them.
Yes. He like gets the picture and goes, yes, that would be rather incredible.
You know,
a
Abby,
sight.
you're very descriptive, and it's almost like I can picture it now.
Can you wait? Can you?
He's got a male and a female name. It's got gender options.
From Jeff Jr. or new Jeff Jr. to
I mean,
Abby.
it is a blob, so...
You said telepathic. You can't like read our minds or anything, right?
I can.
Oh, well, this
No,
is great. So do you know everything?
We all thought
telepath
of
means that he
Arlyn.
can read your mind and feel sorry for you and get in your shoes.
Well, when he said that, the first thing I thought of was Arryn Dör. So he
Well-
knows. He knows.
Do you know about Arryn then?
Cleave doesn't have the intelligence to correct that.
Brat.
The what? Wait,
You say brat?
he did.
Arryn the brat?
His child.
Whose child?
brat?
The king's child.
That of the ancient one.
Is the Ancient One the king?
Ancient One's child.
But who's the Ancient?
Wait, we gotta
You
get this
talk
straight.
of kings, you
The
talk of
ancient
ancient
one
ones.
is not the king, right? The ancient one was a human?
Yes.
Yes. So-
He led the dreadnoughts against the dragons and against the elementals.
Oh,
And
are we
Arryn
talking
Dör was
about
his
the
son?
original Arryn
Yeah, he's talking about the man one.
The man,
The
Arryn
man
Dör.
one.
I see.
Have you ever met any other Arryn Dörs?
Never.
Very good. So, this underground lake where you were with your mommy daddy, was that one of the places where they use you as fuel?
I do not know, only that it was inescapable.
But you wanted to go to a bastion, right?
I want no such thing.
Oh, I thought
That
you
was
said you want to
just
go to the bastion.
our deal. He wants to go into the ocean.
Ah, okay. I thought we had options between the ocean or bastion.
Oh no, I asked
No,
about
we're going
the
to the ocean that's by a bastion.
Ah,
We're
We're
sorry,
going
is that what
to
it
the
is?
bastion that is by an ocean.
I think I said the same thing.
No, we're not going to the ocean first. The deal was we will take you to your ocean, but you must show us the way to the nearest
Correct. And
bastion.
then by the ocean lies a bastion. I wrote a song about it in my book.
It
Down
would
by
be
the ocean, there lies a bastion. With the 4 horsemen
Not your best work, Rodrick.
and the whale.
I would keep writing that one. That
Yeah,
needs some work.
I would.
Um,
I would. retry that.
Okay, fine. Goodness
Anyways,
gracious.
yes, I do believe that he, who knows
It's probably
many
usually
things,
different, but I liked it.
or it, who knows many things, can lead us to the nearest bastion that we don't know where it is.
As you say this, riding forth, you notice a small smoke column off in the distance, headed in the general direction where you're going. Maybe just slightly northward from where you're at, or towards at least, I should say. But despite that, the aboleth responds.
I cannot lead you to that which cannot be found on land alone.
So it's in the waters.
True, but yes.
Through the waters.
Through the waters. So there's a city under the water.
A bastion under the water.
But we can't breathe. I can't breathe under the water.
Of course you can.
No,
That is my capability.
Oh, so you're gonna help us breathe under the water?
Yes.
Wait. How do we know you won't need us?
I could have eaten him previously.
You can't even walk. All you have to do is take a step the other direction.
My parent has fed me larger.
I wouldn't test him, Rodrick. He seems like he wants to help. As long as we help him.
Seems like a pretty powerful and useful ally to have on our side.
Yes.
Are there any powers you can
Somewhat
give
of a
us now?
squid pro quo.
Squid pro quo.
That is a pretty good name for the last episode. That might just be Calamari Wellington. I don't know. Squid Pro Quo's pretty good.
That's a really good name for it.
Sorry, what was the last question? Oh, are there any powers you can give us now?
Yeah.
Not until we reach the water.
So
You will not want to touch me until then.
Okay.
So I have a question. Aside from bringing you to your home, haven, the ocean, are you allying with us?
I am making good on my word.
I see.
Yeah, but we're good people. You want to be on our side. You could tell, right? That we're good people.
You can
see.
read our minds.
You can see in here.
I only see in part.
In part.
Well then. Question.
Probably the bad part.
For this to work, this alliance, even temporarily, you said the Bastion needed your power to work. Now, see, we're here at an issue where part of our mission is to rise up the Bastions. But if we are in alliance, we would not like to drain that power from you. Now, knowing so many things, is there another way that would allow us to be able to power this bastion and use its abilities without the need to entrap your kind?
We were imprisoned before their creation.
I see.
They were built over us.
Why?
I only have assumption. But to use our power against the dragons.
How? By reading their minds?
Like giving them gills?
In many ways, my brethren's abilities are unique. But if my own were to be used, the dragon would suffer just breathing air.
Oh, what's your ability?
Touch me and you will not breathe air.
I'd rather not.
Only
So he would take
water.
away the breath of air from these dragons.
Okay, but
Just suffocate to death.
but then the dragons will just go into the water and just become water
Yeah,
dragons.
they just he gives you gills. or
Become
whatever.
water beasts.
Ooh.
Now imagine that in a landlocked state.
Oh, that's pretty good.
So you touch the dragons, and then you take away their ability to breathe
But the
air.
question is, how can he do that in a landlocked state when he requires water to even move?
How can he touch the
I
dragons when he's
cannot.
trapped?
But what I've heard, what I've seen of their strongholds,
They use the bastions to
they have
project
weaponized
these abilities.
us.
Oh, and they can shoot it out of a cannon.
Ah, so you were in the little battery terminal. There was probably a
I
desert
was in
bastion.
reserve before the fight. I was never kept in one of those.
That is so cool. Can you imagine killing a dragon by giving it a power that it didn't have once before? And you shoot it from a distance, and then suddenly... and then it falls to the ground, and unless you pour water on it, it suffocates to death.
It's the only way to defeat something without a weakness. It's by giving it a weakness.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's
Write that down.
Brilliant.
My kind functions in 4 ways.
All right.
They either ignore your power, change your power, create power, or destroy it.
You're saying that you could take away the breath of a dragon?
I change that which is.
But your brethren can remove
Some
entirely.
can destroy.
Yes.
And how many more of
some-
there are you?
I do not know these days.
And what happened to your father?
I do not know.
You don't...
Is there any way you can call out to them? So is there a goal that you're trying to get to by going in this water to reunite with them?
There is only one I know of with such an ability. I have not heard that voice in millennia.
Millennia. It's like 1,000 years, guys.
And how long do you live?
That is yet to be seen.
Ah, so
Oh.
you're not in like an egg or anything. This is just something that New Jeff Senior put you in to help you survive the desert.
I am a newborn, held in stasis, much like your transformation.
Ah, okay. So you've just been in stasis for a long time.
Yes.
Okay.
You guys can feel now where the sands start to condense beneath your feet, and what looks still like sand all around you, you can tell there are smaller sprouts of grass shooting up between, and despite
Vegetation.
the constant tans that you can see all about, you can see now where this kind of rolling look seems a little bit more solid than the kind of grainy dunes you're used to, and you can tell now that some of the land that you're looking at is just kind of strewn about with sand, but not necessarily actual dunes anymore.
Well, it seems that we're
Nearing
finally
the
leaving
sea.
the desert.
Well, I have a couple more questions.
Hang on, I have questions for us at the table really fast. Have we been going towards the beach this whole time, or have we been going towards Rudon?
The goblin.
Towards the beach.
Yeah,
Oh.
this thing has been guiding us
Towards the
towards
beach.
the nearest water.
But it's near the goblin town, right? That would
This
the
is
goblin town
pretty
dry.
pretty northward of the goblin encampment,
so
but
we're
it's
going
along the
northward.
same shore.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
Yeah, so
So at the moment, we're already way past where the goblins were, or are we working our way
there
around?
would be many, many miles to the south of where you guys
Okay, cool.
are, just about. But you can now see that as you guys kind of
we're
start
traveling
to
in what direction right now?
southwest.
Southwest. Got it.
And so as
So we're
you guys
traveling
now
away
get
from them
closer,
anyways.
you guys do actually
As
hear
long as we're not
water.
traveling spirit.
What do we hear?
Water.
Oh, we hear water.
Oh,
Hey, could you have Barry take a look?
Okay.
Wait. Be careful releasing that next to the aboleth.
Oh, Aboleth, sir. This is Barry.
Oh no, this is a horrible idea. He just spoke of dragons.
He's a really
being-
well.
He doesn't like them.
This is a really nice one. He's a cool dragon, right? You're not gonna kill him, right?
You see as like one after the next, these eyes open and close looking at it. And they just kind of flinch back and
please
forth.
don't kill my.
And then
Please
it just
don't kill my
closes
dragon.
its eyes.
Okay, I think that means. I think that means we're good. Does Barry react to it at all, or he doesn't know anything?
Barry would probably be like hissing at that thing at this point.
Okay. Barry, stop, dude. You're gonna get killed, Barry. Can you
Like a
figure out where that
chihuahua.
water is? Just don't fly too far. And then as soon as I throw it up, I'm just gonna stare at that. We'll have to make sure his eyes don't open.
You watch as Barry just and starts to flap and just kind of go straight up. And as it goes to turn out, it literally just Barry just turns back and starts spiraling down towards you. And yeah, immediately you can see 3 separate events almost directly beyond the hills where you guys are currently located. You can see now towards like the northwest somewhat of where you guys are traveling, still almost directly west of where you are. There is a small encampment of some sort where you'd seen that smokestack previously. Then further off to the southwest, you can tell that there is this what looks to be like a stronghold of some sort just along the coast. And to the east, southeast of that, you can see that there is a skirmish out in the desert between a small roving goblin band and a small human band.
Those are the only people that I see in the first 2 locations. There were no movement.
There
or
seem to be people around,
nothing.
but he wasn't
threatening.
really looking at people to try to find how many or what have you. He just was looking
but
for
nothing
the water.
threatening from as far as he could see, at least. I'm assuming.
Make a perception check.
Okay. That one. All right.
Water's kind of threatening, you know? It's a pretty scary thing.
Yeah.
Ask Joel.
So no water? I didn't hear.
So there is definitely water
Just
off
beyond
that
them?
coast, just past
Okay.
like that stronghold.
Okay.
That
All right,
base.
gentlemen. Well, it looks like we can either go to the town over here that has a smokestack. There's a stronghold a little south of that. And then there seems to be some sort of fight going on between a goblin and a human. A group of humans?
Yeah.
Yeah, group of humans. What would you like to do?
I do feel like we should help those people, but maybe something's more pressing. I think we should go nowhere near any civilization at all, because
Not
none
with
have welcomed
this.
us well, and this is a big question mark situation.
yes,
I'm a big
giant
spider, and that's a big squid.
New Jeff Jr.
And I don't know how we'll be taken.
And Arlyn is currently also riding a direwolf.
We also have
That
a
too.
mini dragon, and I'm half a dragon, so
Yeah,
We're just a
not
group
the
of
greatest
misfits.
I think
idea.
maybe we just go to the water, just the water.
I think. Yeah. Okay. Sure. I was
Wait.
gonna say we go help the guy. What else do we have to lose?
I wouldn't mind helping, just because we should. Is that close? Do you think we'd get there before they're all?
That's definitely the
done.
furthest of the 3.
Aboleth, what do you think? Water. Yeah, that's what I thought.
I don't need it.
You can tell that throughout this journey, like Cleave's little bowl of water has mostly spilled out onto this aboleth and is pretty much all gone, and so this aboleth is now just starting to shrivel. You guys
Do you want to?
don't have long with it at this point.
We can do both if you guys want to take the aboleth to the shore, and then maybe me and Rodrick can take 2 to check in on this group of gentlemen, or no?
No,
I
No,
would
all
rather
right,
not
to the water.
split up.
All right, let's
yes,
go.
I'd rather not split
To the
up. Last
water.
time we split up, I had to travel across the entire desert and get you out of jail. So,
I end
Alright.
up stuck as a spider.
and he's a spider.
Whatever you guys want.
Fantastic. All right. So as you guys now hear the sounds of a small stream nearby, you start to kind of follow its sounds, and you can hear now where it's kind of off towards that smaller encampment of that smokestack. And instead, choosing to wander past the actual total stronghold, you can now start to hear as the ocean starts to fill your ears, and you can smell the salt coming up, not just from the dry harshness of sands, but rather from the light smells of ocean mist. You can feel the breeze. You can take in the sounds of birds now for the
Man.
first time in a long time.
That you're saying one of the places, because I don't know, maybe I missed part of this, but we were kind of asking for the water, and then you described to us a bunch of different places where people were, but you're saying one of the places was actually like a place that had a river flowed through, or a small stream.
So you could hear water just barely at some point, but it was near the smokestack where the people were just over the hills.
Does the stream lead like away from the smokestack, but like so we
It
can
was
go
just
somewhere?
coming from the same direction.
I'm saying it's streaming water. It has to go somewhere, right? Is there anywhere that's not in the middle of the town that there is a stream that we could find from Barry's
You've
point of view?
not seen unless you go over there. Would you like to go over there?
I would like Barry to go over there. I just want to find just stream, just middle of the wilderness, somewhere small enough that I won't end the world if I put New Jeff Jr. in it, but also not in the middle of a town. That's the goal.
I will say, if
That's all you
anywhere we put him around here, he'll probably end up being found by someone else.
I'm worried about. So you don't want to look for water in the town. You want to look for water around the town. Is what you're
Yes.
saying? Hidden around the town. So as we're traveling towards the ocean, do we notice any? You're saying we don't notice anything of the sort as we're going that direction?
Not other than just a brief sound a few miles back where that smokestack was.
I just want to bring our attention back to the plan that I was making when we all went off to the side last week, which was that we put New Jeff Jr. in a separated body of water that is not the ocean, and then get more information, ideally from Arrendor. So that's kind of the plan I'm working under. It would be under the guise of like, well, this is before the ocean, so we got to get you water faster.
Yeah, we have to find a way that he won't be traceable to other people. Because if we just put him in a random spot close to
trying
the
to
ocean,
hold him?
any town folk that lives near the ocean could stumble upon a world-ending being.
Sure. Yeah. This isn't forever. This is just like basically making camp for him.
Can't Arrendor
Just somewhere
hear
that we
us
can
at
put him
all
in.
times? Don't we have to like call out to him or something like
I wouldn't
that?
want to do it
Well, Arlyn was
while
supposed to be
he's in our
trying.
heads too.
Yeah.
Because that would
But we're
stop us.
traveling. So.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
What's the distance in which he can't be in our heads anymore?
You talking about the aboleth?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, New Jeff Jr. This, I think we could. We hear some water. Can you hear? I don't know how your ears are. Can you actually hear the water?
I can.
Well, you're not looking so good. I think we'd be a lot faster if we just sent off some scouts to get the water, bring you back some water, just to get you rejuvenated before we get there. What's the distance that you could still hear them at?
I will not be fooled by the likes of you.
Dang it, Cleave.
We will not be fooled. No offense, buddy. I am still trying to help you. By the likes of you. So just in cases, we're trying to take this one step at a time. Just like I did when I was sticking you to the ceiling in the cave. Just a little shows of faith.
Look, we have a shared goal. We can work together. But you gotta have to trust us a little bit. You know? We named you. Cleave named you. But we have your best interest in mind. And I know that you have our best interest in mind.
Guys, I think we should just go to the ocean. This isn't the first time we sent off a being to possibly destroy the world in a body of water.
That is true, but I like to not repeat mistakes.
Alright, whatever.
And throw 2 jellos into bodies of water, allowing them to grow stronger and then devour entire cities.
Well, do you feel like he's lied to us? Maybe the information he's given us is false or
No, I don't think he
misleading?
necessarily is lying.
You guys are wild the way you're just having this discussion right now.
I don't think he's lying. Well,
he already kind of called you out.
Well, the
the
reality of this whole thing is that we again, we have the same goal in mind. Your freedom. Your freedom is what we desire.
Just with cautionary steps. That's
Correct.
all it is.
So there's no need to hide anything from him.
We only met you just today.
Right, Abby? Just like you wouldn't hide anything from us, would you?
I am giving you all that I can. Repay that.
And we will. But who is that up to? The timeline in which we repay that.
We are not far now.
How long?
Take me, and I will take you.
He's gonna take us to the bastion under the sea.
Will take us to the bastion or take us to dinner.
I'm just gonna start digging a hole while everybody's talking and discussing it. Like, look, I gotta be able to get you some water soon, Zach. And if he can really read my mind, just so you know, the top thoughts that I'm thinking is just like, if he's gonna play hardball, I'm just gonna bury him.
Nice.
Please, I am suffering. Move quickly.
Okay, well, we're trying. We'll all do it together.
And he's going to go ahead and take advantage of the fact that he has so kindly used his ability on you, and he is going to use Dominate Mind to enact his will on Joel, to enact his will on Cleave. And you are charmed. You see the aboleth as
Wait, I don't
an
get any save or
ally.
anything?
You have already saved towards it. He just has not acted in doing so until now. If you remember your Nat 1 from last session where you touched the aboleth, and you have
You
also...
can just save it?
So he has never called upon the ability, but Wisdom saving throw DC 16. One creature the aboleth can see within 30 feet. Failure, the target has the charmed condition until the aboleth dies or is on a different plane of existence from the target.
Oh, okay.
So it's got a while.
They can choose to drop it, right?
No. So I was already under that. I've just been charmed by it.
It was choosing to not really force itself all the way into your mind until this moment.
That's crazy. You don't get reoccurring saves, nothing. You just charmed?
do, but it's under very specific circumstances.
Okay, all right.
So what does Cleave start doing?
Yeah.
He just feels the urge to help this aboleth and not bury it.
Whoa, wait, we talked about this.
He says he's suffering.
Yeah, but Cleave, What are you doing?
All right. Then you know this is we're not using our time as efficiently as we could be to help New Jeff Jr. I'm gonna put him on my back and keep going. I still think
Wait, what?
one of you should just look at him. He's shriveling. Look at that. Look at poor New Jeff Jr.
Yeah, no, I've been talking about getting him to the ocean,
I reckon.
but you just
Yeah, I know. I was playing hardball, but we don't have to do that. Look at it. Like, why play hardball with somebody who's begging for your help? It's just not. It's not very helpful of us.
okay.
I mean,
It's just weird that
like Cleave, does it not?
It's just. I mean, I know Cleave, and he doesn't just. His ideas don't just switch like that unless he hurt somebody.
Yes, but
Some
he's,
innocent
I mean,
person.
he's seeing an animal suffering. It's
But
very
he's
Cleave-like
already
to want to
said
help
he's
him.
been suffering.
Is he allowed to insight for this moment?
That's fine. Roll an insight check.
Oh man, what die should I use? Come on, be good.
I'm gonna keep planning though. Just to be like,
Be
say,
good.
I think two of you should go and get some water. Maybe one of you and meet us. If we don't get there fast enough, you should probably be able to bring water
13.
faster than we can get there. So, yeah. You get?
I rolled a
It's-
13.
It's certainly reasonable given what you know of him and what Rodrick pointed out that Cleave does act out unusually in certain circumstances when he sees creatures suffering, even sometimes in favor of their life over his own well-being.
Okay.
What I will say is we should stop because I feel like we're moving hastily. For I understand he's a creature, but he's not just any creature. Right? So this isn't the crab from the cave, Cleave.
Yeah.
This is a
says
hellspawn
the
creature
squid from the cave.
meant to bring destruction.
I don't think
Oh,
so.
he didn't-
He was
we
used
didn't
for
s-
destruction.
He
He
was
wasn't
used that
meant.
way. Yeah.
I am just a creature.
He's
as
just a
you
creature.
are.
Yes, but he didn't tell us when we were walking here. They use me to eat cities. He said, my kind eats cities. So, right?
We are
I'm not-
omnivorous, as are all of the primordial beings.
Do I believe you?
Speaking of primordial beings,
That seems wrong. $17 on insight.
I like
There's
that omnivorous means he eats
nothing-
everything.
Off about what he's saying, or what it's saying, I should say.
You're right.
In fact, so much so that sensing that you're off, it would continue and say,
Are you any different? Your kind, what do you eat?
Well, I'm different from you in the way that I can only do what my body limits me to do. I can't, lay waste to civilizations. I can't be used to power an entire bastion to fight the dragons.
Would you kill one who could turn into a giant spider?
I just keep inching forward with him on my back.
Would I kill one?
Is this normal to you?
Talking about Cleave being a giant spider.
Well, Cleave being a giant spider, I mean, it wasn't normal to me before, right? But now, kind of getting used to it.
He's
Still a
just
little bit weird for me.
Baby Rodrick.
And that's all you have to
Just
do.
a
You have to get
no
used to it.
different than I am.
Yeah.
Well, so you can change forms.
I can change others' forms.
But you remain this.
I do.
Okay.
It's a really
I
selfless
understand.
power.
Okay, I understand. Before, how close are we to the water? Can somebody see how long do we have to talk to him?
I can
Cleave,
smell it.
slow down, please.
Yeah, some of them.
I would say it's getting back to that point now where you guys are starting to hear it again, at least. So,
I think you should just understand that this is what's happening, and we'll see how it plays out.
Can somebody just pour their water skin on him or something? Look at him.
I mean, what's in it for us besides intelligence, besides knowledge?
Gills.
I mean, we.
Really? Gills. He said he can give us gills.
Yes, but can we?
I can allow you to breathe underwater and
Yes, but does that
reach
go?
what you
what?
seek.
But does that go away? I don't like the water. I don't want to stay in the water. My hair is always
I
better
knew
when
it
it's
was
dry.
about your hair. It's always about your hair, Rodrick.
It can go away.
It can go away. How? When? I need all of the answers before we take you to the. I'm serious. I'll stop this right now if you don't give me everything.
It is not permanent.
But how long does it last?
A few hours.
Are you sure?
Oh.
Unless you are like him. Yes.
But what about me?
What does that mean, like him? You mean like Cleave?
He is different.
You said I was different too.
Yes.
How am I special? I want to know.
And me?
I think
Kinda
he's
going
just.
I
through it
think
right
I'm
now.
quite different.
I think we're all
I
different
think
from
he's
each
just
other,
egging
I
you
don't-
on.
I think he's different.
He's just egging you on.
different.
No, he's making you all like him. He's doing what I do. You can't trick me. I see right through your slime.
Can dominate the minds of men. Are you not like me?
I am no man. Elwood.
Hey, Owen.
We are similar. We may all be. You speak through the mind to your creature. Limited as you are, lesser in your form. You do what I do.
If you all really believe that he can do what he says, if he can really dominate minds, and look at him, he's just here reasoning with us, didn't even dominate any of our minds. New Jeff Jr. is a great guy.
Huh. And what?
It's weird that he
What of
switched
the
so much.
sudden
Like
change of
I'm for
heart?
it, but this is getting a little
He
weird.
was leading the entire investigation
Hey, Cleave!
to go
Cleave, what made you
find
f-
the stream.
What made you just?
One
and
question.
all of a sudden,
One question, Cleave.
One of my many spider eyes is twitching.
Cleave, when we were running out of the cave with the Waking Dawn members, what animal did we see?
We were running out. We saw a few. The one
What
with the
animal did we see?
bloodhawks, or the Manchar reindeer,
We did see a couple of things.
He must be.
giant crabs.
Okay, he must be. Okay, so he is Cleave.
Well, yeah, he's always been Cleave. Why'd they
Yes,
change a heart though?
I'm.
You said he said he was suffering earlier. You
I've
said
been
he
trying to
suffered
help him
now.
all day long.
You've not been trying to help all day long.
Yeah, well, I got him out of the cave, and I brought him through the desert. I rolled him on the ground so
Do
I
I
could
see
write
his
letters
eye
to you.
moving or anything?
Literally,
Is there
eyes
like
closed currently.
eyes closed? Okay,
In a minor. Yeah,
guys, I feel weird about this.
look
I've
at him.
been
He's
feeling
talking
weird
to you.
about
He's an all-powerful squid. He can take over your minds, and he said, "Nah, I'm gonna talk to these fellas. These blokes seem reasonable." And he's
There
dying.
is no benefit to me to take over. If I were to lose control and get myself killed.
But he's lying to us. We were here the whole time. Did you mess with his mind?
He made an arrangement with my parents. He was to take me to the ocean.
I understand that, but
That's true.
again, he just lied to us about what previously happened.
Wait, did I lie? What did I?
You said that you
sorry,
were
did I
for
lie?
bringing him to the ocean the whole time.
Well, I had my second thoughts, but I have been trying to help him since I met him. That's true.
That's not true.
Yeah, we always wanted to get him to water. I just was being careful about it, and now I just see. Look at him, he's starving.
Okay. I think he's normal.
All right. Well, I mean, who am I to stand in the way of the rest of the horsemen? Okay, let's take him to the ocean.
All right.
Pour some water on him. Somebody. We'll get more water
I
later.
sprinkle some water on him.
Nice.
Good
You
gracious.
just see like one eye open back up for a brief moment. It just kind of looks around and looks at you, having just done so.
Thank you.
All right, double time, double time.
All right, as the waves get louder and louder, you can hear as they crash against the rocky shores. And as sands become grass in full, you can see now where just over this kind of sloped cliffside, there seems to be this kind of hired edge, and then just around it, this more rocky surface that slowly lowers down into the waters around.
All right. So are you just gonna just jump in with them, or?
I mean, yeah. I, Joel, am begging you all to reach out to Arrendor or something because I'm about to jump in the water.
So in the meantime, as we're nearing the beach,
Very good.
I'm gonna be in my mind trying to reach out to Aaron.
Okay.
Even though, I mean, obviously he knows.
Very nice.
But I'm just going to be like, Arrendor, we need some guidance. Please, speak to me. Let me hear your voice.
By the time you reach shore, no word, no feeling, no suggestion comes to mind that you can tell.
Well, here we go.
Before, I still have a few questions.
Fantastic.
New Jeff Jr.
I'm gonna start just spraying water on him from the ocean.
Yes,
while you
we
got
can at
questions.
least preserve him. So, Calagon, you and I keep spraying water on him. Arlyn, you lead. You continue asking questions.
I have a lot of questions. I would love some answers. Mr. Aboleth.
I just put him in the
You
whole,
can
like,
see as he's like breathing better, as you guys are just splashing.
Well then.
And we
I
just
got
get
him
into
in
a
a
competition of who
cocoon.
can put more water on him.
like a Frodo sack over here. And I'm just like corn dog rolling him in the water. Just
Corn dog
giving him,
rolling.
like at a
Like a
7-Eleven.
spit roast?
Like
Fantastic. You can see that as you do so,
rolling.
just like slowly worming out are these elongated tentacles
Ugh.
that start to reach out from the webs and just start to just open up, almost like it's stretching. And you can see now where they start just grabbing at the web and just starting to tear the web away from its body.
At which point I back up and I stop throwing water on him.
And you watch now as this massive kind of pale form of this aboleth now fully revealing itself. You guys can see now where there are fins just kind of pulled out to the sides, and these tentacles that almost like a jellyfish encompass the bottom portions. This bulbous head, you can see now where these 3 eyes open up, and it starts to drag itself along the shore.
Yep, I knew that
towards the
was
water.
going to happen. I'm not done talking to you.
Come.
How charmed am I? Is it like I'm doing exactly what he wants, or is it like I view him as a friend
Currently,
just like them?
It is just you are charmed. You view him as an ally, and you want to help him.
All right, well, hang on a second. We do have an agreement with not just you and me, but with them too. I just started like pulling him onto the land.
Make a strength check for me.
Oh boy, wait, let me find the giant spiders for stat really fast. Good, I already have it up. Okay.
I will note, you would know that to be a harmful thing to him, keeping him from the water.
Well, I got him in water. He's doing way better than he was before. I'm just like not letting him swim away. Like, hold on, just stay at the shores, stay at the
Right.
shores.
Okay, so what's your roll?
13
Nice. What's your strength modifier?
+2.
Nice, okay. you start to grab hold, and as you do so, starting to kind of latch onto this massive creature, you can feel now where just barely it starts to pull one leg and then the next, and then just as you reach back out to grab hold, you can feel where that kind of mucosal membrane now starts to just give way and slide your hairy giant spider legs right off of it. And it almost feels
This
like
whole
a
interaction
hardened,
is
like
gross. Both of us are nasty.
dolphin, yeah. Just this slick, slimy, ooze-like dolphin as it just kind of... And you can see where a lot of this membrane kind of gives way off of portions of these tentacles, and it just kind of... and gets past and just starts still crawling further and further onto the shore, just
Try to Spider-Man
out towards the water.
with your web.
Oh, hang on. You're not even like listening. Let me just dig you a hole or something.
Come.
Rodrick, this is where we get our gills.
What's up? I accompany him, I guess. I stand next to him.
Nice.
I go ahead of him, in fact. I probably can move across land faster than he can.
Okay.
The reason why I hate water is because I almost died drowning. So the idea of breathing underwater to me is super exciting.
You can see
So
now
I'm
where
gonna-
these rocks now are starting to get the waves up, and you can see now where rocks and sand are starting to pull out to out this shoreline and just kind of be pulled into the ocean. And you can see now where the aboleth has kind of reached that breaking point, if you will, and he's now just kind of going as fast as he can. Just
I need input from everybody else here because I'm still charmed over here.
I think we have no choice. Let's
There's
just go
nothing
along.
we can do now to hold him back.
I run in and jump in the water.
So we're gonna breathe in the water? It's so cool. You guys ready?
Try.
I suppose.
you watch as this thing now, on all of its many tentacles, just starts to like stretch out, and rather than just like continuing to crawl as it was, it kind of pulls its entire form up and just as it now splashes its body into the water. And you can see now where its form starts to kind of vanish behind these rocks for a moment. And as you all now reach the shore, along with it, these white tentacles start reaching back up towards you all.
I
Joel.
suppose we follow it.
You feel these two whitened tentacles start to wrap around your forelegs. And as they start to do so, you can feel where one more just kind of pulls its way over top your body.
Oh, you gonna release the contract?
And you can feel now this slight pull towards the water of it.
Oh, I'm outside the water.
And you're just outside of the water, but like on the shore still.
All right, I need you to be cool for a second and just answer the question because I am still getting a little bit worried. I can't breathe yet.
You can take a breath. Hold it.
Wait, I'm trying to do spider like clacks.
Yo.
Ew.
As you do so, you can feel now as your form starts to give way. And rather than these 8 legs that you've been used to walking on for these last few hours, you can feel now where these tentacles almost feel like they're growing around your own legs and around your torso now as you feel this pull. And you all watch now as this creature just sucks
What?
Cleave down into the water.
Cleave! I'm running in. I'm running. Cleave!
Fantastic.
What happened?
Alright. Are you just gonna jump in?
That was pretty.
That was pretty good. Yeah, I
You're
like
real
that a
light
lot.
on your feet, dude. That's crazy. Oh my
I
God.
suppose. I'm like, oh, I'm covered in metal.
What's it called? Remember, you have Barry in your shirt before you kill him. Like, by drowning.
I thought we're all getting gills.
I don't know about
We're about
Barry.
to find out.
Nice. Alright. As you all approach, you can see now where these tentacles start reaching back out towards you. and you can all hear the same things still. Just
Take a breath quickly.
nice. And one after the next, you see is just these tentacles just start grabbing up at each of you.
And Barry?
And it's disgusting, this feeling, as you all just feel this slime just right around like the necks, and they just start pulling you down into the ocean. As one by one, each of you guys now can just see as the water starts to fill your eyes. You can start to feel the crashing waves begin to vanish, and you feel the pull of this torrential just wave after wave just hitting as it's just now slamming. You can feel now as New Jeff Jr. pulls you out further and further from the rocky shore, and you can feel now as the breath in your lungs start to give way.
Are we dead?
And he simply says,
Breathe.
I give it a shot. I'm charmed over here. I believe him.
and sure enough, Cleave, as the first one in, you... And it's like breathing air.
It's true, I can do it.
And you can hear your distorted actual voice underwater just like you normally would
Wait,
if
am
your
I
head
Cleave
was
again?
underwater. But as regular old Cleave now,
Whoa!
you now
let's
can
go.
tell that this link is still up between you guys.
But contract fulfilled. Welcome home, buddy.
Thank you.
Last.
You have done your part. I will do mine. I need something large and something small. Find it.
Specific things or just any old thing? How
Well,
large?
it's when people.
You can speak to your mind, you know.
I'm trying to talk to you with my mouth.
Yeah, I speak to you in my mind.
Well, it's what he's saying is like when people engage in matrimony. We are now engaged in matrimony for him, so we must find him something small, something large,
Something blue.
and something barge.
Oh, there's a lot of blue around, I'll tell you that.
Perfect. 1 down, 3 to go.
Creatures.
You need creatures.
We must map the area.
What's large? Like how big is large?
My size
Your
or
size.
predator.
Okay.
Something strong.
Can you point us in the right direction of where to find?
Wait, that's what he's asking us, I think.
You just start swimming off deeper and deeper into the
He
ocean.
probably swims way the heck faster than us, right?
How is Barry?
Wait, is he still holding us?
He is not holding any of you guys in relation. Barry probably would have been scratching like crazy for a moment, freaking out, until he started like mistakenly breathing in water and just and you just see that like there's like full surprise and just full shock
Yeah.
as Barry's just like frozen solid to your chest.
I'm just gonna be swimming backwards, like, come on, Barry, come with me in the sea monster.
Can Barry speak with us in his mind?
As he normally could.
So,
Just yeah.
No, I didn't pack a Snickers.
Do we have to find, do we have to catch the thing and bring it to you? Because I don't know if I could bring you anything really big.
Help me find something.
dibs on something small.
Capture it. Kill it.
I don't think
Can't kill it.
Firebolt's gonna do well under here, guys.
If I can consume a creature, I can take its thoughts, its memories.
Okay, I'm gonna look for the smallest fish I can find.
Yeah, I was gonna say, nobody find any goldfish, so you've only got a 10-second memory.
Make a survival check.
And I'm going to look around for something large.
Horrible. 6.
We should do that as a group.
I'll stay near Arlyn.
Okay.
Not 20.
Nat 20 plus 2, 22.
You see a blue
incredible.
whale reaching.
As you look for something large,
I just see a huge
helping
shadow.
Jeff Jr. here. I will allow you, at advantage, to determine what kind of creature that becomes the lower the worse, the higher the better in your favor. Go ahead and roll again. Survival.
So survival
Advantage.
at advantage, so 2 more times.
And you want the highest number, yeah.
18.
Nice.
I will ask you, Manny. Do you value
Your life.
any creature type above any other? Would you like it to be as large as possible, as dangerous as possible, or as unique as possible?
We need its thoughts. Keep that in mind.
Call him the Kraken.
Alaskan bullworm.
Alaskan bullworm. Leviathan.
So it was as large, as dangerous, or as unique?
Yes.
And any specific type, you said, right?
Nessie.
There's an
if he
easy
does
choice.
have-
Easy choice.
As
The Megalodon, of course.
unique as possible.
Anything else we can
Dolphins
find
possible.
easier. So it's
Correct.
fine. Yeah. It's gonna be unique.
Dolphins are smart, but he's gonna eat it.
Yeah, but they're
so
not unique. I mean, you can see dolphins on a weekend
unique.
getaway in Naples, dude.
They are unique. We'll
Fantastic.
talk about that after stream.
As unique
As-
as
oh, no.
possible.
As you guys now all swimming out to try to find whatever it is you can find, you can see where Rodrick now starts swimming closer to shore, and you lot start to kind of vanish from sight for a moment as just barely keeping this link between you lot. You can tell that it starts kind of fading and coming back in momentarily. And it isn't long before Arlyn, using kind of the light of your natural forms and helping to guide your way throughout.
I'm also
on
going to cast
occasion.
light on my sword.
Nice. You cast light, and as you do so, you see this massive form off in the distance. As now this shadow, I'd say about the size of your new Aboleth friend, just
What's that?
starts swimming past.
It's crazy how much Joel Castro would never go anywhere near that amulet-sized thing in the water. Just like, yeah, let's go get that. I would never ever do that.
What is it?
I don't know.
You
Will
watch
you
as,
tell me?
almost gliding through the water, you can see the fins helping to kind of give like a shark-like motion, while these tentacles help to kind of expel water from behind this creature. New Jeff Jr. now just kind of torpedoes towards you in a spiral, catching up to you. And you can see now where Calagon and Barry start to kind of follow in tow. Joel, where would Cleave be searching in all of this?
I would go straight to the bottom, like near the sands, trying to find something small. And then I wanted to ask about one of my options here with shape water.
Okay.
So it seems like a lot of the shape water options can interact with creatures. It just says specifics, like it says like you can move or otherwise change the flow. This movement doesn't have enough force to cause damage, right? So
Yeah, that's
like,
awesome.
creatures can be in it.
Yeah, for sure.
So I asked that because the freeze option says provided that there are no freeze water, provided that there are no creatures in it. The water unfreezes in 1 hour.
Okay.
I was going to ask if I could just make a fishbowl around something.
That would be a higher level something. If you're able to chain a few, you could definitely like make a cage out of multiple just frozen options.
Okay.
So you could
Because I
theoretically
can do 5
so.
feet of ice.
Yeah,
I'm just-
but that's like if I hold a flamethrower to a candle, I'm burning away at it. You know, it's just gonna do what it's doing.
Yeah.
It's that simple. You know, it's not to say that you can shape.
Well, because I can
and
also shape water. That's the whole
do
the whole
separately
thing.
though.
So
Yeah,
I
but
was
that would be
wondering-
having to do both components at once.
Okay.
So
okay.
that's two separate things that you would have to meld into one ability. So that would be a much higher level casting
Okay.
of sorts.
In that case, can I just like do like a little underwater like whirlpool situation where I just kind of like discombobulate something into like an orb? Just spin it
Very
around
cool.
with me while I
Yeah.
move it.
Go ahead and make a survival check for me first to determine what you can,
I can
can or
find
cannot
anything.
find. Yeah.
Another 4 on the dice. That's 8.
Okay.
Second
Well
one
then,
on the
as
dice.
Rodrick and Cleave start searching closer towards the shore and towards the bottoms, Calagon, Barry, Arlyn, and New Jeff Jr. You guys all look on as now Arlyn, swimming ahead with his sword, starts to kind of wander out into the deep, dark depths of the ocean outside of Gracht. With this bright light ahead of him, you guys can all see now where the light starts to fade into darkness. And you think you see pure darkness until it only gets darker in one spot and vanishes. And as it starts to reappear closer, I would like for you guys to all roll initiative for me.
Before I even could say anything.
I want to make my case one more time for the other one
lovely.
in a second here.
I suck.
19. I wasted a roll on initiative.
2.
And a 2.
5.
I was just about to ask
Okay.
New Jeff Jr. How are we supposed to defeat something so big, and if we can get any of those powers that he said he was going to be able to give us besides just breathing.
That is quite the power. Then as now this light starts to kind of give way to darkness, you see now emerging from the darkness this massive jaw and this creature swimming back and forth. You can see in this monstrous, almost crocodilian looking form, the great, I believe it's pronounced Plesiosaurus,
Yo, what?
as it now charges head first
How is
towards
that the most
Arlyn.
dangerous? What's happening down in
And
the
we'll
ocean?
pick back up on that in 10 minutes.
Oh, man.
It's okay.
That's crazy.
We got New
Our
Jeff
first
on our
underwater
side.
battle, guys. We're prepping for the pirate campaign.
Yep, this is a good little
That whole
teaser
campaign's gonna
for
stress me
things
out.
to
Little
come.
teaser.
But
I love
do
it.
bear in mind, combat is not going to be as easy for you underwater if you do not have underwater powers, items, and things of the sort that are intended
Lovely.
to be used in such ways.
Luckily, electricity works very well in
It
water.
is very well conducted by water itself. Well, we will see you guys back here
See you
soon
guys
to
soon.
determine
See
how
you in a
that
minute.
goes. Hello and welcome back to the Feast of the Deep as the Plesiosaurus takes its first
We went subtle that
steps
time.
towards. Actually, I completely forgot to write down y'all's initiative. I'm so sorry, guys. You guys, by
37.
any chance, remember?
Wait, did we roll initiative?
very good, very good.
Yeah.
Arlyn and
I had it too.
I did. It was a
Calagon
19.
Oh.
needed to.
I said I
To face
wasted
off
my
against this,
roll on
Plesiosaurus.
initiative.
So,
Crazy.
so as you guys throw down, yeah, do you guys remember your initiative? Sorry.
19.
19. And for
Ar-
Arlyn, do you
Arlyn.
remember the initiative?
2.
2. Nice. Okay. So, then first up is going to be Calagon and Barry
Yeah.
underwater. Again, it is going to be very, very difficult to do most things. If you have any questions, let me know. And specifically, as far as the Aboleth's ability is concerned, you can breathe underwater. But it doesn't give you any like swim speed or anything like that. So this is considered difficult terrain, and your speed is halved for the time being.
Great. No spell slots. Not fully healthy. So this is going to go well.
You also can't gain hit points above water, but you can gain hit points within the water. Good luck, guys. Have fun.
I'm just going to swim as close as I can to New Jeff. So that's only 15 feet, right?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so...
Uh-oh.
Okay. So I'm going to move from here to here.
Okay.
That's pretty much 15
Everything's half
feet.
movement.
And say,
That right there, that's fear-inducing. Just that.
Jeff!
Half movement. Yeah.
Jeff, I can't do anything. I need help. And that's going to end my turn.
Okay.
I guess I feel a little better if I could breathe underwater, but you're just so helpless in the water.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
just-
it's pretty horrifying, honestly.
This
Because
is-
you guys have to remember there's like a lot of advantage, disadvantage type situations, even just for like you attacking them versus them attacking you. It's not in your favor. It really, really is not. I will warn you guys that now because it can be very unfortunate at times. That being said,
Why do we do
5, 10,
campaign
15,
after
20, 25, 30, 35,
Oh,
40.
great.
New Jeff is going to start swimming closer and closer to Arlyn here up front, seeing now this creature that it was at least partially in search of. And as it gets closer, it's going to hold its action as the Plesiosaurus is now going to come closer and closer, mouth wide open, just coming at Arlyn. And,
I go, New Jeff. I found your big one.
would an 18 hit?
If you meet it, you beat it, right?
Nice.
Yikes.
Okay.
Yikes.
Well then,
Still.
the next question is...
Yeah, it is the.
Ooh, hold on a second. Off by 1. Okay. You watch as this creature now appears from the depths and just... And only Calagon is here to experience firsthand the horror as Arlyn's form now, with all this light, only starts to help shine a brighter and brighter light on the face of this creature as its mouth widens further and further, as though it's about to consume Arlyn. And you watch now as it just right into Arlyn's space, and with its mouth around his entire body, it just stops. And you, as this creature closing its mouth on you with shield and sword beside you, as though to just kind of take it for a moment, you now see as this creature just stops and slowly starts to float backwards. And you all hear,
Come quickly. This is our chance.
I guess I just start swimming up.
okay,
I bet they caught that before I could catch like a guppy or something.
as you all start swimming closer now,
Starfish.
or at least Cleave does, you see now where this gigantic underwater dinosaur just starts holding back from eating your companion, essentially. And slowly just kind of drifting about. You can see where its body is just kind of moving back and forth in this kind of almost serpentine motion. Waiting, watching, staring him down. As now New Jeff starts to float just below it. You can see now as this creature just kind of looks back, and you can see where New Jeff says,
Surround it quickly.
I'm gonna
Start
try to
swimming.
swim over there as
I get right on
fast
it,
as I
too.
can.
and this thing, despite having just been a clear aggressor, seems calm. But Arlyn, you can tell that it has its eyes trained on you still. It's just
As I swim up, I'm gonna.
You
Watch
don't
this.
know what's coming for you.
Hey, New Jeff, are you doing this to it?
Yes.
I knew it.
But it is limited.
It's amazing.
Okay, how should we kill it?
Look at this beauty. Kill it? Look at it. I've never seen anything like this. It's a rare find.
It is beautiful.
Aren't you intrigued?
It must die quickly.
Ah, my friends are all so like-minded.
I don't want to kill it, but this is what he said he needs. What are we doing, Cleave?
You know, I'm not that familiar with sea
just
life.
almost
Maybe
tried
this
to-
is a normal creature. I don't know.
It almost just killed Arlyn.
I missed that. You good, buddy? You
Yes,
alright?
I'm great.
Glad to hear it.
okay. And now, as everybody starts to surround it, New Jeff just kind of waits, and as you guys finally get into formation, he says,
On my count, as quickly as you can. We will get no other chances. Now!
and
Give
you
everything.
watch as just lashing out, these tendrils start to come out,
faggot.
and you can see now as this aboleth
only
starts
carry
to
bludgeoning
use
weapons.
its fins as blades, and it starts wrapping around this creature, constricting its body, and starts stabbing into it, slashing around its form.
I swim as fast as I can to its eye, and I just start stabbing its eye with my dagger. Wow.
Everybody go ahead and roll to hit at advantage for me.
Oh my gosh.
Can I'm gonna go into Storm's Wrath.
You want to kill us all?
Why does he always do that?
No, I won't
Okay.
kill you all.
By all means, yeah.
I'm actually going to Storm's Wrath, and I am going to pass through it as a lightning bolt.
Fantastic. Okay. Very good. And yeah, where would you like to aim that?
Through it not being in the way of anybody else.
Okay. We'll say it's like upward then from.
Yeah, like up its freaking
Just-
like chin.
you
Like
imagine
through its brain, essentially.
All right.
Imagine I rolled a 10 on advantage.
You rolled a 10.
Wow!
That's
great.
brutal,
That's a
dude.
different day.
All right. How the rest of you guys looking?
I rolled a 19.
19 hits. A 10 does not, unfortunately.
I just wanted to double check, even though it's negative towards us.
Uh-oh.
Do we have disadvantage?
No, because you guys are flanking, and it is temporarily. It's. I'm kind of ruling it as a form of incapacitated, so you
Okay,
guys would have
okay,
double.
like a double. Okay,
and
okay,
so
okay.
it
Well, then we're
is
stacking it.
neutralizing and stacking. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait.
Very good.
Oh, okay. So we're not
In that
stacked.
case, I
It's
have
disadvantage.
It is advantage.
Just
one
Just
advantage.
single
yeah.
advantage.
Single advantage.
Because it's one negative and then two positive.
Okay.
Alright, let's go,
Nick, what are you using to damage it?
My foot.
Very good. Very good. Yeah,
all I got.
roll damage, I guess, on that one.
Yep.
Have you ever tried to hit
19
somebody underwater?
no,
It's not very.
I rolled the 19. Let me see.
Guess,
I don't even know.
I would assume for you
Hey,
to
we
cast
can't roll
your
a dexterity
1 plus
saving
your
throw.
strength modifier.
Okay. I don't know. I honestly don't think I've ever done.
Yeah, when you
an
just
unarmed
hit
strike,
something, it's just 1 plus your strength modifier unless
which
you have
is
a special
negative
ability.
1.
Nice. It's 1 point total then.
Okay. So yeah, I kick it.
In what is clearly the most baller move that any of you guys have ever seen in your life, Calagon swims out into the depths of the ocean and kicks a dinosaur in the back of the head.
I want to do like a stomp kind of kick, not like a.
So here's what I'm gonna
You're
do.
underwater, it barely moves.
it moves it further down. Yeah.
Can I use my reaction just cause?
I mean, it would.
Or does it have to be a reaction?
It technically should be fine. Yeah. I mean, you can do that.
Okay. So I'm using my action to go into Storm's Wrath.
Okay.
I am
Bonus action.
using my bonus action to take the dash action
Okay. Yeah.
and pass
That works.
through it like a lightning bolt.
Right.
Giving it damage equal to my proficiency bonus automatically. I'm passing through it
I don't
enough
have any weapons or
to be like
crossbows or-
above its head,
Very good.
and as I'm descending, I'm crashing down like a lightning bolt using my reaction lightning descent.
Very cool. All right. Go ahead and there's a save, I believe, for that.
For which one?
For your lightning descent.
Lightning descent. It's Thunder Wave.
Okay. So yeah, what does that look like? What is your save DC?
My save
And
DC
what is the range on it specifically?
Is 12.
Okay.
And my modifier proficiency bonus is 2.
Okay.
So it'll take the
What
two-
is the range on it? Is it 5 feet, 10 feet out? What is it?
What? Thunder Wave?
Yep.
I'll tell you right now. Thunder Wave is from self 15 feet.
Cool. Everybody go ahead and roll a save.
Sorry.
I told you you're gonna kill us all. Dex save?
I believe so, yeah.
A solid 10.
I don't believe that meets the DC.
7.
7, not doing too hot so far.
Sorry, guys.
13.
13, what was it
That
again?
one's a little
actually?
reckless.
What
It
was your
a
DC?
12.
Okay, good job, Calagon.
So you take
Woo!
half damage.
You know,
I really don't
I
remember.
warned you.
8
But-
is the damage on that.
Okay.
Oh, that's crazy. That's half my life.
Is that so? It's
Sorry.
full damage is 8.
You take 4.
Take
Yeah.
4.
That's amazing.
You take 10. I should have just attacked with my sword. That was crap.
I warned you.
So good.
What about
He's trying to be cool,
It
okay?
looked really cool.
what about New Jeff? Did
Your
he take
allies
some
are
damage?
all a little peeved,
Question.
you know?
Does he have any sort of, what's it called? Basically, does he get more damage from lightning? And does anything happen because I'm underwater?
Do we all get a little zapped?
I was gonna say,
Is that what it is?
currently, no, surprisingly. You can see where it almost seems like your electricity is both being weakened and strengthened simultaneously, as it seems to be dispersing further, but it's also kind of vanishing at those ends, and therefore using what you're used to at full strength and kind of dispersing it slightly, but not wide enough that it would make any major effect at your current level.
Gotcha.
That being said, everybody go ahead and take your 8 or 4 points of damage.
Yep.
Sorry,
And
guys. I'm sorry,
This
guys.
dinosaur
That was
is
a
in
better idea
fact
in my head.
bloodied. Barry also gets an attack. Have you
Oh, cool.
done with him?
19
Okay.
to hit.
And with what?
Certainly looked cool
It
doing
looks
it.
like. I mean. Gonna bite him.
Cool.
I guess.
Fantastic.
No. A +4. So a D4. Plus
This
2.
is showing dragon superiority to dinosaurs.
4, 5,
They
6.
just beat it up.
6.
Fantastic.
6 biting damage.
All right. Yeah, this thing is immediately looking pretty rough, actually. As now it just
I
takes
hit it
this
too.
full flurry. And just
Barry can make 2 biting attacks, though. He has
Barry's a little
multi-attack.
savage. Let's go.
So let's see if he hits. He does not hit second time.
Did you roll with advantage?
Oh no, sorry.
And sorry, Joel, you said you hit?
No, he did not hit the second time.
Nice. Okay.
Mine was a 17 with a mace.
Yep, that definitely hit. You have a mace?
Yeah, that's what I use now.
That's crazy.
I had to pick it up from
Do
the
go on.
gladiators pit situation. I think it was around there. Anyway, yes, there's a mace, so I got him with 17. I got him. And
How hard is it to like hit with the mace underwater?
I know that's why you usually would
It's
have disadvantage, but we have all the.
That's so
double
funny.
Yeah.
I'm trying to bludgeon this thing with my 4
Wow.
damage.
That's so bad.
4 damage.
mace.
Okay.
I feel like the only
Would it be
weapons
better
that
not
to
can
use
terrible.
your water
the only
with the
weapons that
mace
can
to
do
push it
underwater
faster?
damage are probably stabbing weapons.
Yes, but those are all on 2 and 3 back at the inn.
Incredible.
We have
Alright.
a few, but
I rolled an 8.
Oh yeah, hold on. Let me just ask you guys. Let me just kind of half pause this initiative to say, you guys definitely had a sandwalker and a direwolf just on shore. You guys would consider it briefly. Granted, there was some excitement.
we did have a sandwalker too.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
they wrote
2.
it back to you guys.
Oh,
Literally 2.
Wait. So does that mean I have my chains?
Yeah, you should have.
Oh. Okay. All right, I got my chains. That's important. First of all, that's good. All right.
Yeah.
So I have my chains. Okay. All right. Phenomenal.
So what were you asking about it?
Okay. No, just making sure that you guys have that memory. But
Yes.
okay.
I would say we tied them up somewhere before
Cool.
running in.
Very, very good. Well then, as you guys now just all start beating down on this creature, you see now as light just erupts from below and electricity appears over it as though running through it and then just crashing down on it. You can see now where this impact lands, and you can see Arlyn just like full fist into its spine, except it only lasts a brief moment as now bubbles just start to fill the space and erupt out from him and just rock you all back as you guys all now are sent flying back from him. And with that, we're gonna go back to the top of initiative with Calagon's turn.
I'm gonna bite it.
Incredible.
I saw Barry do it and it worked a lot better.
These guys really are savages. This is beautiful.
So I guess let me roll to hit this bite. Is that an unarmed strike still?
It is, yes.
Okay, that's 11 to hit, so.
You can deal piercing
Oh, yeah.
damage instead.
I forgot advantage. Nope,
Okay.
I don't hit.
All right. Easy enough.
Got a mouthful of water.
Then
And I'm gonna go hide behind New Jeff again.
actually, forgive me. Joel and David, I don't recall. I know you said you rolled initiative. Could you guys give me an initiative count for me?
4.
4. Nice.
Another initiative?
What was yours previously?
I don't remember. It was. God, it was low,
Yours
but it
was
wasn't
10,
2.
right?
Yeah, reroll.
Yeah, I think yours was 10.
Either it's bad or it's not. Might keep to what it was.
7?
Good enough. You said yours was 6?
4.
4. Okay. All right. Then with that, New Jeff is gonna do his thing, and he is going to do his best to try and take this thing down with you guys, as you guys have a new ally all of a sudden who is doing some considerable damage, honestly.
Better.
You better be. He has a
Better
gavel.
use world-ending creature.
I'm surprised he's not sucking the air out of it or whatever he did to the dragons.
16.
12.
Nice.
Can he make it breathe air?
This is everything that you hoped and everything that you hoped not to see all in one.
Oh,
Okay.
lovely.
As now you can see this creature, this dinosaur, just kind of pulls down, and as its spine is kind of like pulled back opposite of what it should be doing, you can see now where it just kind of pulls upward, and with one good flap of its fins, it just kind of pulls up, and clearly going back again at Arlyn. You see now where these tentacles just wrap around its jaw. And unlike anything that you'd ever seen or hoped to see in your lives, you watch as New Jeff now wraps his tentacles around this thing, and it's almost like he flips inside out as New Jeff inverts, and with the teeth at the end of its head, you see now wrapping the mouth closed of this Jurassic threat, it just instead seals its mouth with its own teeth as it now starts biting away at the face of this creature and slowly just eating away at it as you see it go limp. And they both now start to fall downward into the ocean.
I'm gonna start swimming. I'm gonna start swimming up.
I'm just watching in amazement.
It's a clearly disturbing sight.
Yeah.
As you look at
Blood everywhere. I'm assuming,
nature
or-
doing its thing.
Yeah.
And it is, just a bloody mess as this creature now is just eating it.
Why
And
didn't it start
you just
with
see as
that?
it just fades into darkness for a brief moment.
We should have started with something small. Is there anything
At
small
least we
around
got
us?
rid of the big one.
Yeah.
You all hear echoed within your own minds.
I need smaller.
Yeah, right.
I'm
all
gonna
right.
get
I'll be on
Barry
it.
really close to me.
Okay, I'm gonna look around
go
again
back to the
for
bottom.
small fish.
Nice, okay. Yeah, make a survival check.
Nothing happened. Let's just keep going.
15.
15. That is exactly what I was looking for. So, well done. As you now come across a small school of fish, actually. And, go ahead and make a sleight of hand check to see if you can capture one. Unless you have an alternate method of doing so.
What kind of fish are they?
Make a nature check.
14.
14. The best answer I could give you is
Clownfish.
not a friendly one.
Oh.
So it's not a friendly school of fish.
It is not a friendly school of fish.
Okay, so
Piranhas.
unfriendly fish are probably, fish that eat a lot of other smaller fish.
Yeah.
So I am actually going to minor illusion in front of me a smaller, like not sickly looking, but like struggling to swim fish. I'm gonna bait it.
Go ahead and roll an advantage with your sleight of hand. That's brilliant. I love that.
Okay. Sleight of hand 14.
14. Yeah, okay. Then as these unusual looking creatures start to kind of swim by, you notice that they start to take note of you, and you just snap this little creature into existence, and as it just wiggles just slightly, you look as these things now just and they swarm upward, and reaching in at just the right time, you just grab one out by the tail, and you can tell that it's like flipping around to try to bite at your wrists, and seemingly unsuccessful thus far. I will say make one more dexterity saving throw for me, as this swarm of quippers now just vanishes. They all just start to
25?
Sheesh.
Ah.
They just start to scatter in
They
every direction
explode.
around you, and you're just stuck with the one as you now just like slowly just kind of hold as best you can just to kind of keep it in place without biting you. And eventually it just kind of stops moving except its jaw, which occasionally is just still closing down as though to bite something.
Okay. I'm gonna start making my way back towards the group, and I'm gonna say to Abby in my head, I've got you something small.
You see as now appearing from below you, you can feel the water pressure surrounding just start to push back as this big old kind of whale-like head just pauses directly in front of you. You feel this wave of force just from its movement start to kind of push you back slightly as you hold this thing out. And you can feel now as his tentacles start to wrap around your arm. You can feel the cold, slimy touch of New Jeff Jr. as it slowly pulls the quipper from your hands and into its own mouth.
Perfect. This way, quickly.
And he just starts darting off.
I follow him best that I can.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Very slowly.
All right. Make one more group survival check for me, guys.
Group survival. Let's see.
Isn't that what we always? We're really always making a group survival.
10.
9.
8.
18.
Failed.
Okay.
Actually, it kind of worked.
Luckily, you guys are primarily being led by New Jeff Jr. It's a lot to say every time, guys, but New Jeff Jr. is kind of leading the pack with Arlyn helping to light your way. And every now and then, it seems like there are some creatures that start to come closer, and then oftentimes will dart away as they see this large form of a creature before you guys. So as long as you guys stay close, it seems pretty safe. And as time continues to pass, eventually, he comes back to you and he says,
Oh, touch to my tentacles once more.
and his tentacles just kind of lash out towards you all.
I touch it.
I'll touch it too.
Can't take any more damage. Don't kill me.
And as you do so, he just says,
Good. This way.
and just starts
We're
going
so
again.
Ugh.
Yeah.
And as he starts continue on,
I'm coming.
he says,
A few more hours and we will be there.
As we're swimming,
Can we
I
rest?
go and catch up to Rodrick and Cleave, and I lay my hands on them, giving them 4 health each.
Nice.
Sick.
I go, I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to learn too.
I understand.
It was a weird
Don't-
move, but I understand how that would make more sense than hitting it with a mace. You know.
Yes, and I understand that you're sorry because I am a telepath.
Okay.
alrighty. As you guys continue on, you're free to make conversation, but otherwise, you can tell that your new ally is singularly focused on getting you all to your objective.
Can I rest?
No time.
Well, you're doing all the work. I can't just take a quick nap while you.
Can we tie ourselves to you or something? You're going a lot faster than
There
us.
is no rest down here.
No, not to rest. I just mean.
Only predator and prey.
Yeah.
Yeah, but after what we did to that thing, I guess we're considered predator.
You are only a predator for as long as you can move.
I was certainly much more prey in the beginning there.
I think I'm definitely prey. Because all I can do is kick and bite under here.
You are a dragon. Act like one.
That's right. Bare those teeth, Calagon.
5 seconds away from letting go, guys.
Why can you only bite and kick?
I have nothing to fight with, and I've I haven't rested, and I can't do any of my powers if I haven't rested.
Why do dragons need rest these days?
Well, as you said, above ground, I'm not a dragon. I'm dragon-like. I fall short.
Those who are dragon-like are much closer in nature. There's something wrong.
With me?
Yes.
Yeah, I've been feeling that past couple days, for sure.
Why do you rely on powers outside of that of dragonkind?
Well, what do you think I have? I'm just because I have teeth and some scales. Do you think I'm some superhero?
Dragons are to be feared. And at one time, man was even more so.
There's nothing to fear of me. I can't fly. I don't even breathe fire. It's more of just like air really fast. You know, I'm really searching for some confidence and you know, a purpose, and you're really not helping, Jeff. You're kind of making me feel insignificant.
Calagon, get a grip.
I'm tired,
On
guys.
this. I hand you the mace. I didn't know you were completely unarmed.
What do you think I was kicking that fish for? You have another one of these?
Well, because we don't have very good...
Imagine calling a plesiosaurus a fish.
Kicking the
This guy
fish.
is balling. This is the most terrifying dragon man.
Kicking the fish.
Calagon, regardless if you
I've got this, so you can have the mace.
even though you're not a real dragon, I also have like 7 more daggers in my pack.
Wait, we all need daggers.
I would love one.
I can pass them out.
That would work a lot better than
You
this.
just hand it to me. Don't pass it. It's okay.
Okay, here's one.
Nice.
Then
You really
may
have a
now
bunch of
know.
daggers?
When making a melee weapon
great.
attack,
Yeah, we
a
got a
creature
dagger.
that doesn't have a swimming speed has disadvantage on the attack roll, unless the weapon is a dagger,
Oh.
javelin, short sword, spear, or trident.
You don't remember?
Oh, I have my
You don't remember
javelin.
when they were
Yeah, your
taking me up, when Arlyn was running up the cave wall, and I was like, I only have 1 dagger. Wait, actually, I have like 10.
Yeah, you have mad daggers.
When did you get all the daggers?
He was just throwing daggers and like stabbing eyes.
But, yes, Calagon, even if you're not a dragon, you don't have to be one. You're a horseman. Act like one, Calagon.
I just haven't felt like one. I almost died. Giant spider. I almost died. Crazy woman that floats. I
We've-
almost died.
We as a group have been on the brink of death since the moment we met each other.
He's
But that's-
not wrong.
That doesn't stop us. It fuels us. Abby, stop moving. You're making me dizzy. It fuels us, okay, Calagon?
No, it fuels you, Rodrick.
No.
It fuels you. It doesn't fuel me. I came in thinking I thought I was.
Are we thinking about thinking?
That's the problem. You don't
not
think
really
about
made him-
thinking, Rodrick.
Back at it again.
I thought this was gonna be a breeze. I thought it was meant for this. I thought it was something special, and I haven't been.
Well, Calagon, you grew
I've
up,
been the weakest horseman.
but you grew up a farmer. And you're in no way, shape, or form the weakest horseman.
Yeah.
Listen, I haven't said this out loud, but I am the weakest horseman.
I look around and go,
Wait, but you're the strongest horseman.
you're all sounding pretty weak right now, and we are running out of time. We must
Arlyn.
go.
I thought we were being dragged. While this is happening.
this conversation
Swimming.
does not
Okay.
suit you. You are the coolest of us all.
You are the coolest, and you could
don't-
sing.
No,
and
you. He was talking
You
to
got
you.
us out of trouble. But no, Arlyn's the coolest of them all.
Listen,
Of us all.
I'm gonna swim very slowly in my metal armor up to Calagon.
Fantastic.
I'm gonna say, Calagon, you are meant for this. We are all meant for this. You've seen the vision on the walls, the prophecy. We are the 4 horsemen.
And
We are going into that bastion, and we're going to find more about our destiny. So stop moping around. He's really fast, and we're really slow. The more we're talking, the slower we swim. Let's go.
let's go.
And while we swim, Calagon, I'd like to tell you, all this time, I've felt like I've been stumbling my way through good fortune. I know you all see me as the strongest horseman. I know it
'Cause you told
seems
us
that
you
way
were.
from the outside. But sometimes, I feel like I'm just rolling a dice through my life. And somehow ending up on the right side of every single roll.
Well, I just feel like I'm rolling a die and it's not going very well most of the time.
Yes, well, I keep hurting my companions.
That's literally your choice, Arlyn.
I guess I'm gonna pick that up
I'm
and
not
put it in a
trying
basket
to. I'm not trying to.
Well,
You see a tear? Not really, because we're
you don't.
water.
I feel like my whole power was just supposed to be to make you all feel stronger, but you all feel weak. so I'm the weakest horseman.
We're just the depressed
Barry's
horseman.
doing the
I know.
backstroke, just like shaking his head no.
I go, Cleave, you turned into a dire wolf and a giant spider, yet you still choose to choose the squirrels.
Golly, Manny, come on!
Yeah, it's constant. We gotta start clipping every one of them.
Oh, jeez.
This is live, guys.
I'm just learning it. I don't know. I'll turn into that thing maybe. I'll try that one day. But I can't do it now. I'm really tired.
Greater things.
Can you turn into anything in the water?
I don't think so. It feels so
useless.
foreign. I wasn't. Well, sorry. I am the weakest horseman.
Useless for now.
No, Cleave. you're
Greater
not the
things
weakest
await
horseman.
us. I know this. I saw it on the walls. And so did you. So, just wait until we get horses.
We're still the four horseless men.
Maybe you're right, Rodrick. Things will change once we get horses.
We'll fulfill our destiny.
This entire campaign's gonna end at level 4 just because you guys found horses, and that's it. That's the final goal.
Are the
Yeah.
four
horsemen.
The prophecy fulfilled.
You zoom out and the bastions are just like on fire and we're like, yeah!
The avalanche takes over the entire world.
So funny.
It's so good. After a few
Swimming's
hours
really
of,
hard in
of
this
whining
armor.
and swimming and trying to figure out who's the best and who's
Yeah,
the
every
worst
once in a while I give you a
horseman,
shake water boost.
eventually you guys find your way to this kind of rocky, jagged, blackened wall. And you can see where New Jeff Jr. starts to swim lower and lower. And eventually,
Oh, sinking?
just says-
I can do that.
Come. They have guarded it well.
Huh.
and you can
Are
see
they
where
still there?
Wait, there's gonna be guards? We're
he
all
swam
here.
back.
Then you may want to hide yourself. They have chosen to
Who is they?
put others in place.
Who is they?
I have seen memory of creatures, humanoids living below.
Huh?
There is
I never
man
thought that
under
was
the water.
possible.
Be careful to avoid them and those they have tamed.
Ah, crikey. How are we gonna...
Great.
I always had stories of such creatures that can live underwater and
I
communicate.
thought Crestview was the only bastion still manned.
Is there a bastion underwater too?
No,
Wait, then where are
this
we
is
going?
just a stopping point to prevent outside intrusion.
someplace for us to rest?
Not for you,
Ah.
For you to rest.
only for their kind.
Oh,
Wait, whose kind?
Whatever
They are creatures, men of the deep, mutated to their worst form.
Wait, so they can rest here, we can't rest here. Why are we here?
Why are we coming here?
It
This was
is
not part of the plan.
just past this point.
Right.
Okay, well, let's continue swimming. As long as we're moving, we're predators.
Stay to the walls and limit your motion. Lights out.
And I turn off light.
Then, as you follow, you see as now New Jeff starts to kind of squeeze his way into this large rift, this crack in the wall, and starts to kind of peel his way through, using his tentacles now to kind of crawl along the innards of this wall like an octopus would. And calling out to you from the other side, he says,
Quickly, before they notice.
Let's go.
All right.
Okay. Following one after the next, you all find your way on the other side of this very, very thin wall that seems to be reminiscent, Cleave, of what you've experienced previously. Where you can tell that the wall that was here previously seems to be the line of the shore. And yet, dug underneath, there's this mass opening where everything is once again just dark. And you are still underwater, but now within what almost
Wait, so the
seems...
wall... Sorry, the wall feels like sand? Like, it just feels like...
No. So, like, you guys were swimming along the shore, basically, all the way northward.
Okay.
And then eventually there's this, like, crack in the wall that he crawls through. And as you
like
crawl
rock.
through... Yes, of rock. It's another cavernous opening of just massive, massive water space where you can see all about is just darkness from where you are until you reach the other side in full, and you can now see just brief glimmers of light below. I would like for all of you guys to go ahead and make a stealth check for me.
Oh, so you turned off your light?
I did. Yeah. Stealth? Question. Normally I have disadvantage in stealth. Do I have disadvantage underwater? For my armor.
22?
Yes. Because
Really?
creatures that hear in water would definitely still hear the clinking spread throughout pretty darn well.
14.
Oh, that's not great.
Wait, we had disadvantage?
I have
No,
He
only
does.
he has
He does.
disadvantage.
8.
Also 8 without disadvantage.
8 and 8. And sorry, what were you guys?
14.
22.
Golly, actually, okay. 16, 14, 3, 2. Okay. Not horrible, actually.
52.
You can grade those rolls on a curve.
Fantastic. You guys now watch as New Jeff starts to swim along the outer walls, pressing himself to them, and at times even almost looks like he's walking along these walls. As you can tell, even it seems wary of whatever creatures might lurk below here. But you guys can see the light of what look like different structures and slight movement down well below where you are currently. Woo, God bless you. That was
Thank you.
fun. All right.
Can I camouflage us by every turn or so? Well, I can only do this like one person at a time, but and I would of course do it to Calagon. But I would change the color and opacity of the 5 square feet of water around him to be the color of the wall or whatever.
That's fantastic. Absolutely. Yeah, that's super cool. And Calagon, what was your roll?
14.
14. Go ahead and roll
I
one
am
time.
also blue, so
That is a good time.
I got
Whatever, you got a 14.
The only thing is because my hair is mist, I guess I'm bald underwater.
Nice.
Whoa.
When I go underwater,
Heck
just
yeah.
That's so
dissipates.
funny.
That's
Really
amazing.
weird.
Yeah, that'd be pretty trippy looking,
Yeah,
actually.
that's really
we have
strange.
wispy hair underwater. Now we're very
Yes,
tall.
now you have
Okay.
wispy hair.
That, or he's
But I'm
just
bald with
leaves
just
a trace
on
of
the upper
steam.
twisty.
Yeah.
Trace of steam.
Oh, yeah, it's just. Well, no,
No,
'cause
like
it's
really
cloud
hardcore
mist.
bubbles.
It's cloud mist. So
Oh, yeah,
it's
just
literally
nothing.
just
Nothing. He's
So
bald.
you're bald.
That guy's bald.
mist.
I love that. That sounds very
We need
aquatic
a
too. Like when you're
bald
underwater,
Arlyn
you're just
pitcher.
Like I'm just blue.
hydrodynamic.
Yeah, I'm just blue.
We gotta get a
There's
bald
a
Arlyn
brief
pitcher.
moment where you can all watch
I got
as New Jeff Jr. just and quickly starts going well ahead of where you guys are, and
Leaves us.
pauses for a moment. And after having you all pause as well, he ushers you back towards him, and you all can see briefly where this small light shows the image of a humanoid swimming by off in the distance, and it slowly fades back.
I never thought we would see humanoids in here. This I've never heard of.
They are loosely humanoid.
Are we loosely humanoid too?
I suppose to some extent.
Well, very well then.
Maybe like a little tighter.
And as he now
One turn to the
starts
right.
pressing into a wall again, you see that there's another crack on the complete opposite side of where you guys entered into these ruins, if you will. And as he starts squeezing through, he starts going faster and faster as he's crawling throughout this space. And he says,
I have done my part.
What'd you do?
and vanishing from sight, just going past that kind of cavernous break. He
NJJ,
vanishes from sight.
What?
what'd you bloody do?
Is this
Come
Bash.
quickly.
going as fast as I can? Swim to him.
And as you guys now start to kind of climb out of this entryway once more on the opposite side, deeper into what you would expect to be darkness, there's instead light at the end of this opening. And he says,
You may take one vial. I will grant you that, so that you may swim and breathe as I do once more. And with that, I will take my leave.
Wait,
How long will it last?
What are we looking at? So there's like a.
currently,
Yes, look at the map.
you can see open water with this light greenish hue. And as he starts to get closer, you can see generally the sandy beach as it starts to scale upward toward this elongated walkway.
Wait, so you're saying there's vials of something up on that land?
Take my mucus.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Well,
Might want to rebrand your liquid.
It is what it is.
And we must drink your mucus.
Do no such thing, you may die.
Oh, okay.
Just wear it the next time you pass through water.
that is a
Where?
good gift. Nothing. I thought you'd be. Well, I suppose this is bestowing power. I don't want to sound ungrateful, disappointed, or anything, but I don't know. I was expecting something bigger.
I don't mind sounding disappointed. Yeah, I thought you were gonna give us some power.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be permanent, not...
Fine.
Oh, okay.
That was easy.
My brethren have been trapped. Not by normal means, but by arcane means.
Sorry to hear that.
In the birthplace of our kinds. There are places of great power hidden throughout this world. Below this so-called bastion,
I look up at it.
you may
First
find
bastion.
true power. Bathe in it will be forever changed.
You said droll power?
True power inside
power.
this bastion.
In its rawest form.
But inside the bastion or underneath it?
Below it.
Below the bastion. In the water?
Bathe in the power below the
I
bastion.
do not know.
Below.
So we need
Is one of these primordials stuck inside?
They may still be.
Wait, you think it's one of your brethren? An aboleth below the surface here?
Not of that kind. But
Another
perhaps
primordial.
one of our others.
Will they try to attack us when they see us? Is there something we can say?
Some certainly would. Hope that they are imprisoned well enough.
Where are you going?
To freedom.
Oh,
Fair enough. Well, I wish
Well-
you good fortunes. I take out a vial of my
Wait.
mucus.
You have a vial of what?
I put a vial to my nose. I just like blow my nose. I'm just like,
like we're sad.
Go. Go with the blessing of my orc mucus. I don't know that it has any powers, but I thought a fair exchange would be good.
You watch
Mucus
as
for
he
mucus.
takes it, and before you even get to like cork it, he just takes the cork also, and you see as you do so, it literally just like pulls the opposite direction. You watch as your mucus just like starts floating out into the
No,
open
you let it
ocean.
out. Look.
You see
at it.
as his tentacles just start to like wrap around it, almost consuming its form, and he hands it back to you, filled.
Interesting.
Oh, that was a gift I was trying to give to you, but okay. Well, thank you.
Do you have more of those vials? Or is that it?
I think we used. Well, I had. You had one that you were gonna put the venom in, but you said you couldn't do it.
That is true.
Oh, I left that on too.
Oh no.
So I say,
Abby. Before you go, since we're exchanging gifts and we've created a new partnership, you've given me something of yours. I must give you something from us. From where we're from. Something you'll likely never see again.
I think I know where this is going.
I think I do too.
I knew it.
Do you know what this is? This is from the great forests above.
I know it all too well. Get it away!
What?
Magical powers like this have never been seen before.
Rodrick.
Would you like it?
I don't think he likes it, Rodrick.
Rodrick.
He said get it away.
I think that acorn might be more powerful than we might assume.
Do tell me about it. If you seemingly know more than me.
Keep it far from me.
Far from you? Will it do damage to others?
It trains its eyes elsewhere as you start talking to it again, and just kind of clearly avoiding focusing in your direction.
New Jeff Jr., I have one final question. Out in the desert, we saw creatures spanning the size of a sandstorm. Are these the primordials you talk of?
In times past, there were many large creatures. As time has continued, they have been lost to time.
Yes, there were many. But there was one in particular. Walking in the eye of the storm, with height above the winds.
There are two I know of such size. Our kind and their king.
The Dragon's King. Huh.
I uncorked my whole water skin. And I'm like, I ran out of vials. If you could just fill that.
Hands it back to you.
Wrong one.
Well, I sure hate goodbyes, but goodbye.
Question.
Oh,
If-
more questions.
Calagon, please. If we were to need you, is there such a way to reach you?
I can enslave you.
You can enslave me. What exactly does that entail?
You would be mine, and I could contact you from anywhere.
Sorry.
And what does that do to me? Aside from, you know,
It
A call.
is as it sounds.
Don't do it.
Ah, we should have let him enslave like Jeff or something. No, not Jeff. Two.
We only... You know that we respond to another, so don't.
very well. No, thank you.
Would you enslave just something that's that's on a small creature? Could that work? I could speak to small creatures.
Barry starts to swim away.
I
not now.
could.
Well then, as one final request, could you give us just a minute to go find a squirrel or something upstairs?
That's a long way from here, Cleave.
I want nothing from this place.
How about you swim back to where we left the direwolf in 2, and you can enslave 2, and then when we get back to 2...
What if I just dig at the surface at the beach and dig up one of those crabs that are always under the sands?
You have treated your allies in a most interesting way.
Who's he talking to?
I
All of us.
refuse.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I do not want their crabs.
Okay.
New Jeff Jr.,
We just wanted to be able to contact you.
this was a very helpful encounter. And we hope that if we meet again, we will be on the same side.
It has been quite helpful. Goodbye.
As you see now, his face still watching as he starts backing away, almost doing that kind of inversion look, watching as you can now see his tentacles closing around him as he squeezes back through the cracks of that wall
Bye.
and just fades into darkness.
Ah, he was nice.
Can't wait to tell Rumgar about that.
Yeah, we've got to get back over there.
All right, let's
Not
go.
before we...
Let's go collect the mucus.
Not before...
I've got
we
I
got
got
the
just like
mucus.
this big old like water sack of mucus.
In a vial. Yeah, we have
I've got it.
mucus.
Yeah, and a vial.
Men, we've reached our
We've made
first
it.
bastion.
First bastion.
Oh, I wish you
I'm
would have
kinda
told us
nervous.
what it was called.
We must proceed with caution. I'm immediately going to trigger Dragon Sense.
Okay.
I can feel any humanoid. I can feel any dragon or elemental within 60 feet around us. As we get close to the actual stronghold.
Very good. As you start getting closer, you do notice 2 humanoids just at the entryway of this elongated area.
They're there. Do you see them too?
Oh, can we see them? Is it?
It's quite.
They're above water and a little far off.
Oh yeah.
His
How long
senses
can we
help to really
Wait,
not
kind of-
breathe air?
Explain the landscape. What do you mean above water? I'm a
So,
little confused.
We're below water under
guys-
like
we
by
have
the
only
shore.
gills. We can't.
You guys are down in the water,
Yeah.
and you can see where this kind of beach now starts to rise back
Oh,
up.
and the only
And
way
there's
to get to the bastion
Rock
is
behind
under.
you. And so you can see now, as you kind of come up closer towards the surface of the water, that surrounding is almost... It almost looks like a keyhole, where there's like this elongated stretch of water that surrounds now what looks like a similarly shaped island in the middle of this just mass cliff kind of canyon, if you will.
I see.
You think they're friendly?
I would not assume so.
Can we tell that they're orcs from our distance?
Yes.
Oh,
Well.
they're orcs. Okay.
I think
Well,
this is your time to shine, Cleave.
Oh, I gotta try this again, huh?
I
Yes,
suppose so.
All right.
our experience with orcs was not a good one the first time.
Well, I think we should all swim over to the side of the island or whatever, and take a nap on the shores with our faces in the water. I don't know how else we're gonna be able to sleep.
I agree.
Would not
feel
be
very
a terrible
timid.
idea.
Moving forward with the lack of health and energy that I have.
Very well. Well, I will take first watch. You guys rest.
Okay. And where are you guys resting?
Over
You know what
on
I'm
the
gonna do?
side, like shore. Kinda.
Yeah, I'm gonna go find like a place that's like kind of got some visual cover, and just sort of
are we
like
able
burrow
to-
out like until we can.
Are we able to leave the water and breathe?
You've not tried it yet.
I'm
gonna try to lift
assuming
my head
once
above
we
water.
leave, then we can't go back.
Can I breathe above water?
Okay, as you... Yeah, sure enough.
Wow, we could do
Now
both.
try to breathe inside.
I'm gonna go back under and try to breathe. Oh, that's
Immediate just suffocation.
It's just
as
so
just
we're all
you
just
now
staying in
get
the water.
water in your
I don't
lungs,
know if I
throat,
wanna get out
nose.
there
It's
yet.
burning. I would like you to make a stealth check for me to avoid making any noise while doing so.
Come on, David, roll your rolls.
The fact that he even.
27.
it's kind of cocked, but it's more cocked in the direction of.
Go ahead and reroll then.
Still bad.
Very good.
10. Wait.
10.
Yes, 10.
Okay. As you lot just start talking amongst yourselves here, you see as Rodrick now lifts his head, and almost excitedly he kind of looks down to start speaking to you guys again, and instead you just see this flurry of bubbles, and you can all hear the splashing from above as you see his body just kind of flailing about. And Rodrick, as you kind of look around in a panic for that brief moment, you can see that one of these 2 large orcish guards has clearly trained his focus on you. And you can see now where this orc has kind of this half armor that cuts down over one shoulder and down onto the other, so that only one arm is fully armored up. And in his arm he's wielding this massive, massive mace. And at his other side you can see where his hand is gripping a large horn.
Only a little bit of my head was out, and then I started splashing, right? So it's commotion.
Largely.
Okay, at that moment when I see him, I'm going to, in the commotion, go back in the water and transform myself into an orc.
I'll say make... Make a deception
With
check.
red hair.
I'll just say regular, actually. Believe it or not.
$14.
14. Okay. As this orc now starts getting closer and closer to you, are you looking to stay above water or go back under?
I'm going back. I'm getting out.
Okay. And forgive me, what ability are you using for this?
Disguise self.
Disguise self. Okay. As it is disguise self, I would like you to roll one more time with advantage then. Just a total advantage, not this one at advantage, but rather a second to add on to the previous.
23.
Okay. Rodrick, as this man starts kind of barreling towards you, you can see where there's clear anger in his face. And as he pulls up the mace in one hand, it's not the mace that seems to be the first move. As you can see, this orc pulls a horn to his lips. And as you start to come out of the water, he pulls the horn down.
Oh. Oh, man.
You're not supposed to be here.
What's an orc gotta do around here? I wanted a snack. Stonefish got away.
Oh, this area's off limits. Not supposed to be here.
I understand. I'm just hungry. I'm new. They sent me here.
Who's they?
Well, the Waking Dawn, of course.
Yeah, who's they?
But it's from a village called Rudon. I've been sent on assignment.
You're not supposed to be here.
Well, I've been sent to communicate with the Bastion. Warn you of what's to come.
No, you're not supposed to be here.
Okay, you can say the same thing 400 times. It doesn't change the fact that I'm here and you're there.
That's what I'm supposed to say. There's only supposed to be two of us. You've got to go.
Okay, what?
Just the
What
two
are we
of
all
them.
making out of this? Yeah,
Can we
what-
still speak telepathically?
Currently, yes.
I go,
What?
did I hear any of that?
No, not from
Crazy.
the
This dude's range
underwater.
is huge. Or
I
is
go,
it just
what's
'cause
going
we're-
on up there? Rodrick?
Can I speak telepathically with them?
Yeah?
I'm gonna say, I've been caught. 2 orcs alone. I can take them.
I think we can take them.
I'm an orc right now. Don't blow my cover.
Ah,
Are you trying to go in with them, or do we need to come out and help?
If I say fish, then you come swimming.
He pulls the
We
mace
can't hear you.
forward.
they can't hear you
Oh,
if
I
you speak
know.
to us telepathically.
This is you gotta go now.
Go where? There's nowhere to go. On an island surrounded by water.
Well, take your potions and get out.
Like what potions?
How'd you get here?
What do you? I walked, and
What?
then I blinked, and I'm here.
There's a problem.
And he kind of looks over his shoulder.
He's confused.
Hi. He said he ain't got no potions. Should we kill him?
While he's looking over, I'm gonna grab him by his neck, and I'm gonna pull out a dagger and
Oh,
hold it
jeez.
to his neck.
Oh no!
And I'm gonna say, fish!
And that's where we end tonight.
Let's go.
Oh my
Yes,
goodness,
dude.
that's so good. That's so good.
Oh man.
That is
What a battle cry. Fish! Oh man.
Did you say it telepathically though?
Yes.
Or? Okay, good.
Nice. There you go.
Just making
All
sure.
right. Wow, I just love the fact that you
love
called the
that.
scariest dinosaur to have ever existed in my eyes a fish. That you're just like, yeah, that's why I'm just like kicking a fish. It's like, what in the world? You people do the most epic things. Like, yeah, I'm just, you know. I don't know.
I think New Jeff is scarier than that dinosaur fish.
Oh yeah, New Jeff is horrifying. You guys just
Yeah.
unleashed him into the wilds. Great job. That was
You're right.
a very, very fun one. Well, as we would normally do announcements and things prior to the stream, we all here have agreed upon doing something a little bit differently tonight and testing the waters. Rather than dropping a traditional divine inspiration at the end of the night that is pre-recorded, we decided that we were gonna just hang out here for a little bit longer with you guys and talk it out for just a moment. So, with that being said, I'd like to actually pray us into that. So, without further ado, if you guys would be so kind as to bow your heads and join me in prayer. Thank you, Lord God, for an awesome session with some awesome people, God. We're so grateful for the friends that we have here and for the family at that. It's such a joy to be able to come together and to just get to have fun together, but to be able to glorify you each and every night and get to spread your word and get to spread love. Because at the end of the day, that is the heart of the gospel message, and we know that your will is that none would ever be lost. And God, it is our goal to bring everybody in as family, as friends, as fellow players at our table. Lord, it is a great joy to have everybody who follows along and who gets to contribute to this storyline with us. And God, it is just such joy that we get to impact each other's lives and just have such laughs and such good times, such good stories with each other. But God, as we continue on into this very unique divine inspiration, if you will, God, we ask that you would continue to bless this time together. And so, Lord, as we close out tonight, may it be a continuation of the good times we have here and a continuation of what we do in honor of you, as always, Lord. And so, Lord, we ask that above all else, no matter our claims, that you would lead us by true divine inspiration. Amen.
Amen.
All right.
Amen.
With that, Joel, did you have a verse?
I had
previously?
the verse. This was a little tongue-in-cheek in honor of the fact that we might be ending the world in game.
Uh-oh.
So I found
Always
1
concerning.
John 2:15, which says, "Do not love the world or the things in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him."
Very cool.
Yeah. That's good.
So, I was gonna say, yeah, for those at home who don't quite understand the context there,
There's not. It's not. That doesn't mean what I
it's
made
not
it
talking
sound.
about destroying the world. No, he's talking about loving earthly material possessions
Yeah.
and the ways of the world in the ways that people value, like violence to gain power and other things that would be considered sinful and therefore unloving. And so when it comes to the things that are above, the things that are heavenly, the things that are of God, those are the things of love, of righteousness, of truth, of purity. And those are the things that we seek to strive for every single day. And so it's our goal to be perfect. And I think that should be said of everybody. We're all trying to be our best selves, trying to put our best foot forward every single day, every time we wake up. And so, when it comes to material possessions, when it comes to negative mentalities, when it comes to those simple, fleeting things that come throughout life, there's no better way than to go to God to eliminate those temporary needs. To if you want to truly satisfy the desires of your heart, you want to go to God, because the material possessions, the wealth, the finances and stuff, it's not going to satisfy at the end of the day.
Yeah.
There is nothing here on this planet that will ultimately satisfy.
right.
And I say that as a Christian man, but I say that as a husband, as a son, as a brother, as an uncle, and as a soon-to-be father. And I can tell you right now, I find great satisfaction in being all of those things and being friend to everyone at this table. These guys are incredible people, incredible talents, and there is no greater joy that I have in life than getting to serve God.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
and
good.
I think at the end of the day, everyone here can attest to that same thing. And we find contentment, we find joy, even in spite of the fact that we could be struggling.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, like, my life is not perfect right now, and I'm plenty fine.
Yeah.
Because despite, not having a stable housing situation and great finances, and the fact that, I've got a kid on the way, and I only just got married, and, marriage, wedding, all that, it costs a lot. But the truth is, I'm not stressing over it, because I know at the end of the day, God provides for even the birds, even the animals out in the wild, and He provides shelter, food, and whatever else is necessary, not just to wilderness, but to us. We find that we can find shelter, we can find companionship, we can find joy, even in the worst circumstances.
That's so well put. And honestly, I love this verse because it brings me back to like the beginning of when I started to have actual faith. Like before I gave my life to Christ, I was worried about money. I was worried about material things, what I looked like to other people with what I had. But it wasn't until I focused on what being more like God and loving the things God loves and paying attention to the things God wants us to pay attention to. And that's where everyone says, well, just try it for a month, and I promise it, you'll see breakthrough. And that's so right. If you stop focusing on the things of the world and start focusing on what He wants for you, everything just falls into place. And that's where true faith comes from. At least that's where practice of faith comes from, for me personally.
Yeah, 100%. If you focus on the material things and you, like the Bible says not to do, store up treasures here on earth rather than store up treasures in heaven, that's where anxiety comes in, that's where depression comes in, all those things that everybody deals with constantly. And that's that same even feeling of, what am I supposed to do in this life? That what is my purpose while I'm here on earth? It all stems from that materialistic thing, because we're all looking for the next thing. And what I've realized in life, in moments of like bountiful harvest and also moments of drought, is that everything moves in seasons, but every season has its blessing. Like, regardless of how good it is or how bad it is. And as long as you keep your faith in God, then you never feel that drought. You only feel the blessing throughout each season.
That's good.
So if I had any advice for anybody that is ever, let's say somebody lost a job, let's say somebody is, trying to find the next step in their life of like, hey, I feel like I'm a certain age and I want to do this thing, and I pre-planned to accomplish this at this age, and maybe I didn't get there yet. That all stems in that storing treasures on earth thing. And as long as you keep your faith in God and you let God guide you and you pray for you to be able to walk in God's will and in alignment with God, then that's what will set you in the place that you need to be, on the path that you need to be, regardless of time or age or anything.
Yeah, that's good.
That reminds me of a side note. I just wanted to say that Tristan turns 29 in 1 hour 37 minutes.
Hey, so I do. That's crazy. That's pretty good.
That's awesome.
I wish I would have known
that-
that. We would have celebrated.
Who needs gifts and things? Remember, guys, the love of money is the root of all kinds of evils.
Do not love.
No
the
material
world, the things of
things,
this world,
only good times with beautiful
That's
people.
funny.
Was Manny about to add something?
So yeah, actually, I can share a personal testimony on this particular thing, actually.
Cool.
So like, when my wife and I had our first kid, we had a whole journey with my wife suffering postpartum depression. Not an easy situation. And it honestly, I mean, we've always wanted more kids, but it stemmed a root of fear about what the next season might look like.
Right.
So it forced us to have these conversations of, well, I mean, to be completely transparent, at one point we both separately, because we never talked about it, we both separately had almost convinced ourselves, well, maybe one kid's enough. Maybe we're done here, because things were kind of getting better, but they weren't. But it was really, really hard, and so we started talking about it, and we were like, well, let's we want to have another kid this year. Let's go to 21 days of prayer at church. Let's start praying about it. Let's start reading the Bible more and like getting verses that will help us fight the situation or like figure something out. Because frankly, right now, I'm not ready to have another kid. I'm honestly terrified. Right? And she felt the same way. She was a little bit more like, I'm deciding that this year I want to have a kid.
Yeah.
But for me was like, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, maybe not yet. You know what I mean? And so the whole conversation was like, well, when do we know? When are we going to know? Right? Are we going to seek more therapy? Are we going to seek therapy? Are we going to check all the check boxes that we can do? You know what I mean? Like, let's check all the check boxes. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do this.
Yeah.
And we're like, she's like, but I really, like, I don't know when we're actually going to know. I'm like, well, we just have to have faith that God is going to, like, make it true in our hearts that this is the time, right? And we'll be ready. And I don't know when that will be, but, like, we can't rush this thing. Yeah. Well, anyways, we went through 21 days of prayer, and I had one day where, honestly, that was, like, my biggest petition is just, like, remove this fear. Like, I don't know what else I need to do to get rid of this fear, right? And so there was one particular day where for the very, very, very first time, and I was there by myself, my wife couldn't make it that day, and I was singing on stage actually, and during the prayer time I was like going hard in the paint, you know what I mean? And for the first time, I felt God speak to me. First time in 33 years, 32 at the time. And it was as simple as, because for me, I'm like, we're looking for a checklist, right? Like, what do we need to do ourselves to do this? Yeah. And his answer was, seek me. It's like, in your brain, you're just like, huh? That's not what I'm looking for. Yeah. Like, what are you talking about? Like, that's not what I'm looking for. And then he spoke to me again and said, seek me. That's it. And I'm like in tears at that point. And in tears, it was time to go back up on stage. And then we sang With You. And I mean, I had sang that song a million bajillion times. But when I actually zoned in those lyrics, God spoke to me through those lyrics again. And it was simply just, seek me.
Yep.
That's all you need. That is all you need. And when I tell you that at that moment, that fear was just wiped. Like, I can't even explain it. I went home and I was just like running up to her like, I need to tell you about like what just happened. I don't feel that fear that I felt yesterday anymore. And so that is what we set ourselves to do. Just find more closeness by just seeking in God. And I mean, my son turns 5 months and a couple weeks, you know what I mean? Like, like it happened, awesome. You know what I mean? It happened.
Everything falls into place.
Everything just falls into place. So it's, that is the, like you said, the one recommendation is just, if you're going through an issue, or, I mean, we all feel like we need to take these things on ourselves, especially men, I feel too. Like, men have that self-inflicted burden, a self-inflicted burden of like, I need to solve this. I need to figure it out.
Yeah, because that's what makes us valuable.
That's what we think makes us valuable. That's what we think makes us valuable in everybody else's eyes too.
That's what society says makes men valuable.
Exactly. And so instead of making your petition to God the last resort, start there. And all of the answers will come through.
Yeah, it's crazy how connected the spiritual world is to the material world, which is why we're not meant to store up treasures here and store up treasures in heaven. Yeah. Because once you start seeking things of that realm, and seeking God more, then it's kind of like God told, I think it was Peter, where you would have the power to loosen and bind things on earth, and they would loosen and bind in heaven. So that's why it all connects like a puzzle, because that is how it works.
Yeah.
That is how it works. That's why you're not meant to focus on here. It's like it's like focusing on the effect rather than the cause. Why would you go and seek the effect when you could seek the cause and then create the effect through that through that motion?
I feel like that's how they wired us nowadays, though.
Yep.
To kind of just fix the problem, not what's causing the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why the verse speaks on the world, right? Because that's what the world teaches, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
hey,
I
we
want
know
to
a better
zoom
way.
out. I want to zoom out a little bit from, like, these particulars, and actually go back to my little. I know I was being cheeky on the reason for picking this verse, obviously knowing that it had real application. That wasn't just making fun of the end of the world thing, but there is a real problem with people. Well, I'll say specifically believers, right? Reading the Bible and reading anything in apocalyptic scripture with so much fear. People are not reading it because there's so much anxiety around it.
That's
Tristan
a big
always-
one. Yeah,
Yeah.
that always kills me.
Tristan always points out how, like, the book of Revelation opens up with this introduction where it's like, hey, blessed is the believer who, like, reads these words out loud.
It's pretty incredible.
And it's like yeah, that's like an early thing. I want to apply that mentality here. Do not love the world or the things of the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him, right? So I think this anxiety that we have about reading all that stuff, first of all, comes from the fact that you might be ignorant of it. If you don't want to read it, then you're going to keep being afraid
for
of
sure.
it. But I think another part of it is just like, because anytime that Jesus talks about his second coming, he says, look forward to it. He's
Yeah.
like be excited about it. Prepare
Yeah.
yourself, look forward to it. Like, he's coming back. That's our king. We should be very excited about that. And I think that the anxiety comes with the love of the world. I think that's the problem. I think that that's you lacking the love of the Father, because you should want that reunion. It's not just an attack on everybody, but I think it's something to think about. Like, hey, like, if you focus on loving God rather than loving the world, you recognize even something as big as the end of the world is kind of not the end of the
The
world.
attachment to the world is minuscule.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you get him in a new world.
Yeah, new world in a perfect being. Just everything is just perfection instead.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
not to love about
Yeah, well,
that conceptually?
be excited. Yeah.
I was like, yeah, no, I can't wait. That's
Yep.
way better than what we're dealing with here.
Yeah.
Where everything's pain and scary and stuff. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'll
Yep.
pass.
Yep.
But all right.
Spars says, I've been learning that a lot of the time it is walking through the hurt with Jesus rather than finding a solution to end the pain.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
He is the solution to end the pain. That's that.
That's it. That's it.
that.
That's it.
But
Amen.
all right. Well,
great.
that was a beautiful way to end it. Thank you all. And with that, we love you guys.
Yeah.
God bless. We'll see you again next week.
See you guys. We might end the world.